Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to shrimp? When I tell you, I have been waiting to try this game out. Well, it's not really the game, it's the demo. And, well, we'll see what happens. Hi, Astro. How you doing? I've been waiting for you to play it. Dude, I've been trying to build the urge, the need to play this. I can't wait. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know what this game is, it is the next wave of shrimping, you know? It's not out yet. God, I wish it was out. It's not out. It's a demo. It's called Touch Starved, and it is the most beautiful piece of artwork I've ever seen in a dating sim before. Rawr! Even the roar. It is so good. I can't even explain how badly I want this, okay? It is a dark romance visual novel, okay? There are 5 love interests, okay? Apparently, we're cursed by something. I don't know what we're cursed by, it didn't say. And there's like 5 love interests that are trying to help cure us. Oh, the demo is out. There's no release date yet. Some people were saying like, oh, it's gonna be like the 4th quarter of 2025. Others were like, oh, it's gonna be in 2026. I don't fucking know, but I just want to play it, okay? Oh my god. You've heard of this one, Lizzie? Dude, I'm so excited. I had a look on Steam, and yeah, I see why this clicks. It looks so good. Highly recommend you guys checking this out. Oh, bam, 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 bam. Thank you for the buddies. I appreciate it. He's so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Starting off strong with our love via biddies. Okay, wait, I gotta find the description of it. Okay, are you ready, chat? Listen, gather around the campfire, chat. We're gonna shrimp. You were born cursed, with hands that twist the mind of any human you touch. Desperation leads you to the shadow city of Iridia, where your fate intertwines with 5 monstrous strangers. I like how they said monstrous. Monster fuckers out there, this is your game. Each can offer you salvation or damnation. How far will you go to cure yourself? Choose your main character's pronouns and origin story and guide them through a thrilling journey with branching storylines, character-based routes, and multiple endings. Your choices determine whether the story ends with gothic romance or blood-curdling horror. Will you lose your humanity in search for a cure, or will you find a way to save yourself and those you love? There's customizable characters with 3 unique backstories. The ones that are listed are the Unnamed, the Hound, and the Alchemist. These affect your abilities and interactions with other characters, and they reveal hidden secrets and choices within each route. Touch Starve is designed to be played multiple times. Replay the game to experience as much of the story and learn as much about the characters as possible. It features 5 interconnected routes with 6, holy shit, 16 plus hours of gameplay. I did not know that. There are 15 plus possible endings. That is insane. Okay. There are some mature themes in it, so it's only intended for older audience. Player discussion is advised. Specific warnings for this demo include but are not limited to horror, unwanted advances, violence, alcohol and drug references, strong language, and serious injury. I don't know how long the demo is. Double that with stream chatting and reacting. Oh, you right. Oh my god, chat. It takes me forever to finish a game. Should we get into it? Here's the thing. I opened the game, and it's a black screen. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna hit the button. My ears! Putang ina mo. Okay, wait. Why isn't it not working? Do you see it? You don't see it. Why don't you see it? Poor K. Yo, that's fucked. Why don't you see it? Start. Why don't you see it? Do I need to do a display capture? Ah! Stop it! Oh my god, it was at like 100% volume. I'm now at I can only assume is like 10 fucking percent. Okay, why can you guys not see it though? Full screen window. Full screen window's fine. Graphics, ultra, let's do high. Okay, let me do a thing, chat. Hold on. I don't know why it's not capturing for you guys. Let me see if I can add a display capture. Oh my god, imagine if I can't stream this for you guys. Would suck. I got it. I got it. We're golden. We're the golden goose. Quads, I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, you sweet bean. Okay. If I hit this button. Okay, are we good? Does it look okay? Does it sound okay? What are the vibes? It's so fucking loud. Hold on. Chat, this shit was like all the way up here. I had to lower it so much. I think I want the music a little bit lower. I want the voices to stand out more. I'm gonna lower my headset. Oh my god, that actually helps. Okay, let's start a new game. Disclaimers. Streamers and content creators should turn music volume to 0. What the fuck? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Listen to the pretty music. Hi, hi, Cheery. Hi, Bubba. Want to hear my new mic? Can I listen to it later? I'm fighting my game. Yes, sit on. Yes, sit on. Yes, sit on. This is a demo of the TouchStarve prologue and not the finished product. Thank you. TouchStarve is intended for an older audience. It contains mature content that includes, but is not limited to, horror, graphic violence, strong language, alcohol and drug references, injury and dismemberment. That part was not in the Steam one. That wasn't in the Steam one. At least they warn you. What do you mean hot? If you accept the content warning, please click to proceed. Tutorial. In TouchStarve, your choices matter. The decisions you make may result in unique dialogue, interaction, or even choices in red text, which contain exclusive content. Try playing through the demo more than once and choose different options. You might even uncover a secret ending. And remember, there are no wrong choices, only interesting ones. Choose wisely and save. What do you mean save often? What do you mean by save often? Thank you for the head pats. Left click. Progress text. Mouse wheel up. Rewind. Mouse wheel down. Spacebar. Hide UI. Okay, here's the thing. I'm worried about the audio, like the music. Like, do I change it now? Yep. Okay, music down. That's so... Choose your pronouns. She, her. This world began to unravel long before you were born. It began with fogfall. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality wore so thin it split. And from that fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect. Others were mindless beasts driven by little more than the desire to slaughter. Okay, chat, I have a problem. I want to listen to the game music, but I don't want a copyright strike. So we got some options. I can A, disable. I can, I can take, I could take down the VOD of this stream at the end of stream. I think that's how that works. That way it's just gone. I don't know how this works, but I want the music. Forget it. I don't want to risk it. It's too complicated. As cities fell and unrest spread, humans united in their fear while monsters thrived in the chaos. And then there's you. You're not even sure if you're human. You're born cursed, with hands that alter the minds of anyone you touch. Choose your backstory. Did they say what music it was? No, I do know that in the trailer for the game, it is very much a copywritten song. So maybe that's it? I don't understand. The unnamed, the hound, the alchemist. The unnamed, a fallen oracle. You were raised as an oracle in a remote temple. The priest claimed your touch bestowed enlightenment, but a visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Following the mage's word, you fled in search for the cenobium. You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you a heightened awareness of hidden supernatural presences around you. The hound, or forsaken thief. You were raised by society's outcast criminals who accepted you when nobody else would. Your partner in crime, a friend since childhood, helped you steal enough money for a cure, then betrayed you. They left you with only enough coin to travel to the cenobium, your last hope. You have sharply honed social intuition. You can survive and even thrive in the violent underbelly of any city using your experience with the underworld to get ahead. Thank you, AK, for pinning that. I appreciate it. Chat, make sure you read over that, okay? The Alchemist, an abandoned mage. An exiled cenobium mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but you discovered that she was cultivating you as a test subject. Oh, fuck. You fled to the cenobium seeking a cure. You are an experienced spellcaster with an encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With a little observation, you can identify the subtle effects of magic. Okay, first two things, I love the variety of backstories because they're all so different. Personally, I kind of like the Hound or the Alchemist. I kind of think I'm leaning towards the Hound, though. So we'll go with that. Hi, Ajax. Good morning. How are you? Your name is Mishi. You selected she, her pronouns. Your backstory is the Hound. Is this correct? Yes. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing. Can I play music? I might play music. Hold on. I forgot I have display capture on. What's a good background? Dark romance? Ambient dark romance? Why would they play this song? You know what? Whatever. It's fine. It's just background music. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. I could say death doesn't scare me, but to tell the truth, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the waste. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. As rations grew sparse and my canteen ran dry, I began to despair. But then, I saw it. Is this the city? Iridia, the city of knowledge. One of the last bastions of humanity left in the world and home to the famous academy called Cenobium. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. All that stands between me and a cure is the final stretch of salt-soaked waste. Or so I think, until I see the first tendrils of fog snaking beneath the wagon. Is this fog fall? Bro, this is nasty out here. My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm more devastating than fire, dangerous in cities but a death sentence beyond them. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, smothering out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back? The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Holy shit, okay. Then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard, the air punched from my lungs. When I open my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. Are the people dead? A trader I once shared bread with lies face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strings of torn muscle, gleaming gristle, and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. Bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. And then it's like the Thomas the Train Engine music in the background. Ajax has acquired wigs, not sure what size would fit my skull, and other things for a Ooh, you're gonna cosplay? Oh, you're gonna do Cells at Work? Oh my god, I love Cells at Work. It's such a good anime. Oh my god, take pictures, please. I would love to see that. Music? Whatever. What is that? I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding. White blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes adjust do I see the dark shape in front of me. Are those fingies on its back? Look at that. Do those not look like fingers? Someone out there just said smash. I swear to God. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravaner. Of a caravaner? Carabiner? Caravaner. Caravaner. Whatever. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twitch in my direction and blink as one. The mic. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and runs at me. But right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. Distantly, a horse screams in the dark. I need to move now. We run for the city. I take off, running deeper into the haze. The fog is so thick that I fear I'm heading in the wrong direction until I see a dim pinprick of light emanating from the shadow of a spire. It's faint, but it's enough. I have came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source, but the fog fall twists and stretches sound. Suddenly, the caravan's driver bursts forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. He slams into me, knocking me to the ground, and slips in a patch of mud. The soulless falls on him as soon as he slows. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit. My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib jutting from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gouge, turn deep into my palm. This is dark as fuck. I know it's a dark romance, but my god, people are dead. Hi, ass. I feel like you would smash if it didn't have fingers in its back. No, because then when my hands are interlocked with the fingers in the back, it's fine. You know? It's great. Do not underestimate them. The dedicated monster fuckers. Hi, Wing. Didn't realize I was a game category of Twitch, not the touch starved. I saw someone say there are so many hot monsters in Wilds. Ayo. The pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Ooh, woo. Hello? Can you stand? Stand to be with you? I don't know. One of the travelers from the caravan leans over me. We need to run. They reach for my hand, and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. Is that my skin? Why are we glowing? The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. Did we just come? All it takes is one touch, and in it just came. And in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. Oh my god! What's wrong with you? Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. Motherfucker's ugly now. Ew, I take back the cum. What, Abu? It's look at that. It's disgusting. Ugh. No, I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse. Madness of my own making. Their grip on my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. It doesn't look like he's holding her hand. It looks like he's choking us. Let me suddenly there you go. Now it's on our throat. Yeah, chat. Schematics, it's fine. Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Oh, he's fucking lost it. Spit bubbles at the corners of their mouth and flecks my face. Ew. The edges of my vision darken as my lungs scream for air. Fight them off. My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrists, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. The more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm gonna die. And not because of the fog fall or the soulless, but because of my own curse. Tears sting my eyes. Not here. Not like this. The hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches between mine. Oh, inches from mine. Lips still split in that macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. Ew! They give one last shuddering breath, then slump over, the claws hooked through their stomach. Oh, thanks, bestie. I appreciate that. The soulless shoves the body aside, and their glowing eyes studying its leathery skin, thin as though grinning. Oh! There's a flash of claws. Red spills across my vision. I thought there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth and the icy embrace of shallow water. Distantly, I notice an arm resting among an outcrop of reeds. Mine, neatly severed at the elbow. Okay, did I just make like poorly made choices and I fucking died? It should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I'll die cold, alone, and face down in a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. Did we just die? My eyes! If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in dude, my fucking eyes hurt. Cocooned in oblivion until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror. Nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But the next moment, I take a reflexive breath. Air pours into my lungs, then out again in a ragged gasp. Which hot guy saves us? Oh my god, I hope they do mouth to mouth. Feeling comes flooding back. Warm cloth on my bare skin. A firm surface underneath me. A strange tang of sulfur in the air. Do not be afraid. Papa! Oh, sorry. Who are you? Oh, you're beautiful. I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my bleary vision at the bright glow of lamplight. Oh, AK, please, not the barking. Papa? Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding. Ooh-wee. But more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Ooh. I'm sad. Jesus Christ. I want my eyes to like focus. I want to see his face. Stay away from me. My words come out in little more than a creaky whisper. I clamp my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No. No, who the hell is this? Lie back down. You know what? I don't think we should exert ourselves. I'm kind of enjoying the view. It's fine. I let myself slump back against the thin pillow, wincing when the motion jolts my head. Ah, cooperative patient. Thank you. Imagine he calls us good girl. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate for you adding that one. The words swim in one ear and out the other without much comprehension. I pull the sheet up higher, wiping my tears until my vision clears. He's gorgeous. Oh my god, look at the hair. Look how much hair he has. Are those collarbone? Okay, chat, take a sip of water. Take a sip of water. We gotta take water now. Fucking hydrate. I don't want to take a sip. Bye. Ah! The stranger towers over my prone form. Warm light reflects off his pristine medical coat. This is the coats doctors have to wear? Yo, I would be a doctor if I get this cute ass fit. I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I notice shit! I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet. it's a doctor. I'm doomed. Naked, lying on a low cot with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hands. I plunge my hands underneath the sheet to hide them from sight, though it's too late. He must have noticed what they look like. Strange, cursed, and human. I brace myself for his inevitable suspicion and disgust, but his expression doesn't even flicker from that courteous smile. He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. You're safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I've never been safe anywhere with anyone. The only people I ever trusted betrayed me for a fat purse of coin. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the paper in his hands. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds. I wish this was fucking voiced. Is this not voiced? See, that's a... Oh, it's set to save often. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured replacements. Oh, this is nice. I like what you did. It's cute. It's giving off adorable. Maybe no voice during demo. I wonder if that's one of the things that they're working on. Oh my god, a smooth voice. Like, I feel like he would talk very slowly and at a nice pace. I doubt a game like this would have VA. No, it has to. It has to. This shit has to be fully voiced no matter what. I swear to God. Be upset. I seem to be in some sort of medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions line the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch. A faint whiff of smoke and something distinctly metallic that I can't quite place. Oh. Oh my god, the art is gorgeous. The doctor produces a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. Thank you. I should be polite if I can, especially since I don't know who this is, what he can do, or what he wants with me. You are welcome. I will leave you to get dressed. With a curt nod, he leaves through the narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. I count to 3 in the sudden silence. When I don't hear any footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch on my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub at it, then freeze when my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. We lost our arm! I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off. And yet my arm shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead, or at the very least gasping out my last breaths. So wait, he stitched our arm back on? Is he like a mega healer or something? He reminds you of Zhong Li. Oh my god. Whenever you say Zhong Li though, I think of like that stick bug meme of him. Or not stick bug. No, it is a stick bug, isn't it? I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by, and my arm remains resolutely healed, my surroundings pristine and quiet. In numb disbelief, I reach for the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling them on. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, with a black woolen cloak to go with them. But there's one thing still missing: my bandages. The golden-eyed man didn't leave me with any, even though I know he saw my hands. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps towards one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I start opening drawers at random, and of course, that's when the door swings open once more. Are you looking for something? I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump into the edge of the cot. Your caution is understandable, though if I meant you any harm, you would know. It doesn't make me feel better in the slightest, but he makes no move towards me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars and mottled skin disappear under a layer of clean white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? God, his eyes are gorgeous. Do you see these? What the fuck? I clenched my jaw. I knew it would be only a matter of time before he asked about my hands, though the way he does it sounds strangely roundabout. Say nothing. There's no answer I could give without raising unwelcome suspicion, so I just shake my head and finish tying the bandages in silence. I can only help if you tell me what ails you. An involuntary snort of laughter escapes me. Where would I even begin? Would he even believe me if I told him? No. Best to keep my curse to myself for now and learn more about him first. Who are you? You may call me Kura. Should I say Kura? Or Kuras? Kuras. Kura. If I say Kura, it's like a silent S. Grass. Kuras? I guess Kuras would make sense. Where exactly am I? Iridia, where I assume your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go. Iridia. So I made it to the city of knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate attention. Which you provided? Yes. He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. I frown and flex the fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine, thoroughly attached to me. Shiro! Hi, Shiro. Good morning. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on? Pardon? A soulless attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. But when I woke up here, I trail off, bewildered. I've never heard of any magic that could heal a mortal wound like that. What kind of person could do such a thing? The doctor, Grass, pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet for a long time. I do not know where you come from, but Aridia is the city of knowledge and deadly secrets alike. Information is power, and it is most unwise to give or receive it freely. Since you have refused to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. You are new to Aridia, so I will overlook the specific breach of etiquette. However, you should not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? There was no option, was there, for me to reveal why? Because I was going to tell him about my hands, but I forget it's a dark romance and I probably shouldn't reveal everything. He looks pointedly at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I'm also a complete stranger to him, and if he's telling the truth, he saved my life. I take a deep, steadying breath. This time when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Mishi. My name is Mishi. It is a pleasure to meet you, Mishi. There's a little more warmth in his smile, his polite demeanor back in an instant. Thank you for saving me. I chance a smile in return. Even if he won't explain how he did the impossible, there's no doubt in my mind that I'd be dead if not for Karas. Think nothing of it. I'm not sure if he's just being excessively courteous, but his words only raise more urgent questions. But I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Karas. I could hardly leave you to die in the waste. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty. I've never met a doctor who also handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edges of the cloak. There's a subtle but delicately embroidery pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what kind of price Karas might ask for such well-made clothes. No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumption. I rarely come across such a fascinating patient. I blink. What did he say? I simply meant that few would cling to life so resolutely or brave such as a perilous journey to Iridia. I could not help but be curious about you. Oh my god, are you blushing? His voice dips to a soft murmur and he abruptly looks away from me. You're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I wiggle my intact fingers at him. Clearly not. For a second, I thought he was going to be a mad doctor. I really did think he was just going to test on us. It gave off the energy for a hot second. But you haven't asked me for any payment either. I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and it would be unethical to leave you destitute in a strange place. Hi, Chipmunk! Oh, hey guys, how's it? Oh, this type of game, have a good time. Chipmunk, wait! Chipmunk, wait! We can fuck monsters. I mean, what? Hi, Chip. Let me experiment on you, curious specimen. Oh, we. It's his little nickname for him. Chipmunk, come back. What if there's a hot lady? What if there's a red flag of a character? What then? You know? It's possible. I fall silent, unsure what to say to that. Nobody would help a horror like me for free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick, right? A loud knock at the front door. I was in the garage. A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today. The knocking grows more insistent and Karas lets out a tired sigh. Please wait your turn. Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other end of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything before you leave, Mishi? Oh. Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I'd almost forgotten why I came to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the cenobium. The cenobium? Oh, he looks upset. Oh my god. Hi, Lucky. Good morning. How are you? Chipmunk denied. I feel like this is one of the moments it would be understandable. No. The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. Whatever you seek, it is unlikely you will find it there. The cenobium's gates open for precious few visitors. Even if they did, you would not like what you found inside. My heart sinks. Is he saying that I came all this way for nothing? Risked life and limb for nothing? That can't be. I've only just arrived, and Iridia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. And if not the cenobium, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? I shake my head. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the wet wick and ask for Leander. The wet what? The wet wick. I thought that felt like a euphemism. He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the postings advertising Leander's bloodhounds. They are difficult to miss. When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. That isn't much to go on, but Karas points towards the clinic's back door. You will be safe as long as you do not draw attention to yourself. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. See, I thought it would be like nighttime or something outside, but I guess not. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up to my nose, stepping over the contents of chamber pots that have been emptied into the street. I won't lie, chat. After seeing what the city looks like from far away and the artwork of the characters, the office, and like the surrounding area, this scene right here in the background doesn't really fit. I don't know. I was expecting something different. I was expecting something a little bit more darker, more fantasy like. This feels normal. Little disappointed by that. Going to relax in the void with a blanket, a box, and some cookies. Have fun, Lucky. Enjoy your void time. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up over my nose, stepping over the contents of chamber pots that have been emptied into the street. Something weighs heavily inside one of the cloak's pockets. My coin purse. Everything is still inside. Every last coin that I'd scraped together for the journey to Iridia. It doesn't even look like it was opened. There are so few coins to begin with, they probably weren't worth stealing. I glance back at the clinic's closed doors. Karas didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. But he also said that in Iridia, secrets are power. Just wonky. Hi, Moon. Enjoy your lurkies. That's not exactly a comforting thought. Still, no matter what he did, Karas gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. I'd better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out the alley and into the crowded main street. The line outside Karas's clinic stretches down the road entirely. Two thin peddlers queue alongside weathered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestones are treacherously rough under my feet, deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Iridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together in narrowed streets. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over to me. My stomach gives a faint gurgle. This morning's catch, fried up, hot and fresh. Not too many eyeballs today. That sounds disgusting, but I'm starving, so I duck my head under the stall's grubby awning. A large fish leers up at me, its three bulging eyes still visible through the thick layers of crispy batter. The vendor gives a gap-toothed grin. What's the cheapest thing you've got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long stripes, long strips of savory fried dough. Fresh long lads, 3 coppers apiece, don't burn your mouth. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. 2 streets later, I pass through a wrought iron archway, adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of color, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways, musical voices call out invitingly, incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. This must be Iridia's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hands when I spot a poster. It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring, and the words Bloodhounds printed above his head. A motto, as above, so below, circles the artwork. If Leander is the leader of the Bloodhounds, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. I follow the line of identical posters around a corner and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling wooden sign. Looking up, faded orange letters read, The Wet Wick. The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. Ooh, shiz, nice. The inside of the bar is a far cry from the abandoned exterior. The inside of the bar is a far cry from the abandoned exterior. It's not even midday, yet most of the tables and booths are occupied by a loose assembly of people in matching green cloaks. There's a lot you can tell about a city by its dives. This one seems ordinary enough. Even the uniforms are unusual. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring. I'm about to head towards the counter when a chant rises from the center of the room. Show? The remaining green cloaks abandon the bar and their booths to rush towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. There's no time to move out of the way. I'm caught, swept along the ale-stenched current. Hey! Rhythmic chanting drowns out my voice. I thrash, throwing out my elbows as the press of bodies grow heavier. My hip knocks into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself, but the crowd has stilled. The chanting stopped. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop. Seriously, you dogs, again. Who are you? Scattered laughter and cheers rise from the audience. I drag my eyes upwards. Oh, you're pretty. A well-dressed man stands on the table in front of me, his broad shoulders framed by the thick lapels of a trench coat. This really is the last time, all right. This time, when he speaks, the audience falls silent, as though bewitched by his magnetic presence or rich, low voice. But nothing is as captivating as his smile. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer of his makeshift stage. Don't blink or you'll miss it. He laughs, and the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. It would seem I've found Leander. Hi, Ribombi. Good morning. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm just sipping some Wawa right now. He raises his hand above the audience and snaps. A flash of pale green light, real magic, no ordinary stage trick, blinds me. Whoa. As the brilliance ebbs, my gaze refocuses on the mage towering above me. He flicks his wrist and the magic spiraling around him coalesces? Coalesces? What does that even mean? A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals spring forth. With a flourish, the mage presents the conjured flowers. The audience bursts into clapping and cheers. A genuine magic show was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Wig. Leander plucks the iridescent bouquet out of air and turns in a slow circle, giving his audience a good look. Now who could use some good luck? Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table. Some reach for the lilies while others whistle and call Leander's name. But his cool green eyes slide right over them, locking onto me instead. How about you? My chest tightens. Every person gathered turns to stare at me. I reach out, all too aware of the way my fingers tremble as I carefully take the flowers from him. There's no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. As soon as the flowers leave Leander's hands, their light dims. They fade away in a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression, right? He grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd with an audible clink. All right, bloodhounds, get back to your drinks. Show's over. The green cloaks disperse at his command, returning to their tables and booths. Before I can make my way towards Leander, his eyes find me. He gives me a friendly wave, then beckons me over to the crowded counter. I manage to squeeze beside him, but there's so little room that his broad shoulder presses against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Is this your first time in Iridia? He says it lightly, with a genuine air of curiosity. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. My eyes flickered to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. What can I get you? Surprise me, and add anything my friend wants to my tab. I wasn't expecting the generosity, but I have to admit I do feel a little thirsty after all that fried dough. Water's good. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbow on the counter. I'm close enough to notice the purple shadows under his lower lids. His eyes wander over mine in return, but when they lock on my bandaged hands, a sour taste rises in my throat. Here comes the question. So what brings you to the Wick? No, Vipers! You can't have this one. You gotta share. Karas sent me. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, but it immediately falls right back into place. So it's about work. The bartender pushes a pair of glasses our way. I don't realize how thirsty I am until the cool water touches my lips. I drain the water in a single gulp. Leander takes a deep swig of his beer and lets out a satisfied breath. How can I be of assistance? No, it's Mars. It's ours. I was going to say mine, but it's ours. I need to get to the cenobium. As soon as the words cenobium leave my mouth, the entire bar falls silent. Oh, is the cenobium bad or something? Is it like a cult? Is the cenobium fucking with everyone? Drink your water, drink wawa. Bloodhounds twist around in their seats to gawk openly. Finally, an especially drunk one speaks up. The hell are you bringing up the cenobium in here? Throw him out. This is bloodhound territory. The vitriol catches me off guard. From the angry looks thrown my way, it's clear I've broken some unspoken rule just by mentioning the cenobium. When I glance at Leander, he's drinking, as though he hasn't noticed the uproar. Only when he catches me looking does he lower his glass. For the love. He drags a hand down his face. Keep it down, will you? This is business. I tense, expecting an argument, but the outspoken bloodhounds silently return to their drinks. Only a handful continue to watch me warily. Sorry about them. The cenobium's a bit of a touchy subject in these parts. Mixing enough drinks and, well, you saw. How about we continue this outside? When I give him a terse nod, he pushes away from the bar counter. I follow Leander to an alleyway tucked behind the wet wick, where layers of frayed bloodhound posters have plastered through the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his likeness on the posters is impressive. Karas didn't send you here for help with the cenobium, did he? From the look he gives me, he already knows the answer. I glance away. No, he didn't. He suggested I find an alternative. Yet here you are, asking about them anyway. What do you need the cenobium for? I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as an answer. Well, I see you're already aware of the city's currency. Information's worth its weight in gold here. Karas told you the truth. The cenobium's dangerous. Get on their bad side and they'll imprison you, if you're lucky. Or torture you if you're not. But the cenobium's supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. The cenobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in a world steeped in nightmares. If any place held answers, it would be the cenobium. That's why I came here. That's what they want you to think. The things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling. If it's true, if I staked everything on a lie, then what now? Leander clears his throat. But as I always say, there's solutions to every problem and alternatives to every solution. He claps his hands and turns to me with a brilliant smile. That's why Kuras pointed you to the bloodhounds. Let us help you. Whether it's hunting soulless, finding people, or recovering stolen valuables, we can do it all. And free of charge. Wait, why is it free? I'm shaking my head before he's even finished his practice speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. Listen, I appreciate the offer, but my problem can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my chagrin, Leander nods slowly. Then your problem must be fairly serious, and if the cenobium's your first choice, you're searching for a magical solution, aren't you? When my eyes widen, he nods along, as though he suspected all along. I'd be happy to help you out. That is, if you tell me what ails you. Leander might not work for the cenobium, but he is a mage, and a powerful one at that, if his demonstration earlier is any indication. I'm silent, plagued by indecision. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternatives. I hate to admit it, but this could be my only path forward. You know what else could be an option? If we run an ad right now. Chat, I'm running an ad. I'm so sorry, but it has to be done. I will wait to continue until later. We will drink Wawa in the meantime. I do like this game so far, though. I don't know why, everything looks so nice, but the background right here is just constantly throwing me off every time it shows up. Oh my god, wait, who have we met? We've met the doctor, we met this dude, so we've met 2 out of the 5 people. How long is this demo? That's what I want to know. Oh my god, the doctor. Smash. Probably the first chapter, you get to meet all the romance options. I'm gonna Google how long is the touch starved demo. I kind of wish demos to. Wait, what? 5 hours? I spent 5 hours with the demo and did 2 playthroughs. I took my time reading the first time and went back to get as much out of the story as it could. It didn't feel too short or very long. So this, oh my. So the demo is 5 hours. I think we'll probably just do one run of it and go from there. Welcome back, chat. My confession comes out in a pained whisper. I'm cursed. Cursed. Oh, now I'm very curious. What kind of curse? Something ancestral or more recent? He looks me up and down, taking in my face, my eyes, and finally my hands. It's your hands, isn't it? I wait until I'm certain my voice will remain steady before answering. My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Before I could even finish, he's taking his motherfucker. Leander begins taking his gloves off. He tugs his left hand free and flexes his fingers. Let's see it. He offers me his hand, and a prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm. But I'm already shrinking backwards. I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is. I can't bring myself to hurt him, to see his kind face twist into a mask of madness. Believe me, this isn't an ordinary curse. I'll be fine. Perhaps where you came from, your affliction was strange and one of a kind. Does he not have any self-preservation? I don't think he does. I'm doing good, Lucky. How are you? Pretty solid for a demo. Yeah, I was expecting maybe like an hour or two, but 5 hours is pretty strong. But spend a year in the city and you'll find 1,000 curses and thrice as many curses. Do you really think Karas would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I only met him today. I'm as good as any mage in the Cenobium. Better, even. If they can help, so can I. You don't know what you're asking me. I am asking you to trust me. I look from Leander's outstretched hand to his confident smile. Then, with a short breath, I begin unwinding the bandages from my hand. Fine, but if you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if that makes you feel... He's blush. Oh my god, he likes being tied up. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down, chat. Write it down. With each joint, I'm losing it. With each joint I expose, I grow more and more certain that this is a terrible idea. Ready when you are. If he's bothered by the way my hand looks, he doesn't show it. My fingers hover shakily over his palm. 3, 2, 1. I tap his palm once, as quickly as possible. It's barely more than a brush, but that's all it ever takes. When I look at his face, expecting to see the worst, Leander only grins. See? It can't be. This time, when I reach out to touch Leander's palm again, he catches my wrist before I can pull away. I told you, there's really nothing to worry about. Why are you blushing like that? Like, yeah, this mofo has a harness. He does. Fight for your man legs bondage. Ooh-wee. He trails off when my thumb brushes against the soft skin of his inner wrist. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain a clear, soft green. Color rises in his cheeks, but he remains still except for the subtle bobbing of his throat. He's horny. What? Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of Leander's palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't prepared for. I've been with other people, kissed them, been embraced by them, and more, but not like this. My fingers, long deprived. Oh my god, is that why the game is called Touch Starved? Because we have our hands? Oh my god. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail. The grooves of his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, the pulse of his heart. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand. Not without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing until this moment. He likes being tied up. Write that down, chat. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine is hammering as fear gives way to excitement. Keep touching him. My hand glides over Leander's wrist and up his forearm, where smooth skin abruptly gives way to the raised scar by the edge of his sleeve. It matches the one that runs from his collar to his cheekbone. Could it be the same wound? I glance at Leander's face, and his lips part as he considers his words before speaking. Am I the first person you've been able to touch like this? My hand goes still on his arm. So far. I'll admit, your touch does make it somewhat difficult to stay level-headed, but not due to your power. He's horny. He takes my hand. His soft green eyes flick to mine before he turns it to inspect the golden fissures crisscrossing my knuckles. Look, we match. Oh, I want to romance him. Vipers, I'm taking this one. He points at a golden pin on his coat collar, and I give him a small smile. I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels as though it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. Stay in. No, he's mine. I can't believe that worked. May I ask your name? Oh my god, we're holding hands before he even knows our names? Oh. I'm Mishi. You were right to hide this from me, Mishi. That curse of yours, it's unlike anything I've ever dealt with. I can tell you're discreet, but you'd best not go showing that off to anyone else. Why does he remind me of the— Oh! You mean the redhead? Our red-headed little tsundere? The one we're gonna tie up and fook. I didn't plan on it. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause. Room and board was something I hadn't considered yet. Oh, not Leos? Leon? Resident Evil? Oh. Oh my god, he has tits. Sorry. What? Yeah, the harness? Ooh-wee. Resemble Leon's outfit. If Leon had this outfit, I would go crazy. Thank you very much. Room and board was something I hadn't considered yet. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. I feel like he's gonna kill us in the middle of the night, low-key. This is too nice, you know? The Wetwick is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, most of the bloodhounds have dispersed, or in a few cases, fallen asleep beside their drinks. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them all to sleep it off? The bartender, who I now realize is double as an innkeeper, slides a key onto the counter. You know I always keep the corner room open for your escapades. He's a whore. Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained. He's embarrassed. Oh my god. And I always appreciate it. You're mistaken. This is just for my friend Mishi. Sure. Stay as long as you like. You two have fun. Escapades, huh? Leander clears his throat, then holds out the key to me. But I hesitate. My coin purse barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a room. How much do I owe you? Nothing. Bloodhound rates. My treat since you shared your secret. Food, drink, a warm bed, anything you need. This is my kind of job. I provide information for free, room, board, food, everything. Can I get this IRL? I'm this fucking close to buying the game just to complete his romance job before— You bitch, it's not even out yet, Vipers. No. I'm gonna play it when it releases, if I remember the day it releases. I don't even know when it's releasing. Do it. I dare you. How about a warm body to go with the warm bed? Amunaime. Oh my god. Oh my god. Carefully, I take the key from him. It's small but weighs heavy in my palm. I never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone free meals. I planned to steal whatever I needed to get by, no matter how dangerous. Thank you. Go explore, Mishi. You'll find many roads in Iridia, each leading to different answers. But if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. Just be careful. I'm gonna fucking... What? Has our character been bred yet? Oh my god, a wonderful quote. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into the pocket of my cloak for safekeeping. Leander gives me one last friendly wave before I depart. The air clings, sodden and heavy. Without the morning crowd, the sunless streets look barren and bleak. Even the peddlers are long gone. Only a pair of crows remain quibbling over the stale crusts in a gutter. I feel a ridiculous pang of envy. At least they've got reason to fight. I've never felt so lost. Karas and Leander both made it clear that the cenobium can't be trusted. But I came so far, endured so much. I need to see the cenobium for myself, if only to satisfy my curiosity. I should have asked someone at the bar for directions before leaving. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think, until a puff of hot breath tickles the back of my neck. Excuse me? Oh. We're gonna die! The shadow runs down the street in rivulets, formless dark spreads like ink into blotted shapes. Claws stretch. A muzzle splits open to reveal long, jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low and deep I feel it. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or single breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm going to die, I want to see what got me first. I steel myself, then turn. The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came. I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone, except for a figure reclining in the shade of a nearby stoop. He kind of reminds me of Leos if he was a cat boy. Does he not? Wait, what are we eating? Curiosity this gets you killed, MC. Oh my god, we're gonna fucking die. Cat or fox? Dude, I'm staring at the collar. This is Leos as a fox. A wolf? Chat, can we get some votes? Do we think cat, fox, wolf? What are we thinking? The tail? Oh, the tail. I think that's a tail. Well, don't wolves have like bushy tails too? You think it's a fox? Maybe it is a fox. He's sneaky like one. Oddly enough, I'm not really attracted to him. The other two kind of ruined this dude for me, I won't lie. A monster. That much is clear from a glance. One that could nearly be mistaken for human were it not for the tufted ears, the tail curled around his ankle, or the dusk pink eyes with pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall on me. Our eyes meet, and the monster uncrosses his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me unsettlingly of blood where it curls around his collared throat. Jumpy, aren't you? His tone is light and carefree, but I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. When I look back, the stranger props his chin on his knuckles and regards me with an inscrutable little smile. Didn't you see that shadow just now? It was massive, moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous I must sound, but the stranger's smile doesn't falter. The only beast I've seen are the Wicks drooling regulars, though this did catch my eye. That's my key! With a flourish of his hand, my in-room key appears dangling from his finger. It turns on its chain, glittering when it catches the light. I'm sorry, chat. I have, like, no interest in this dude. I have been ruined. Out of the 3 characters we have met so far, what rank would you give them? First, second, or third? In terms of, like, shrimping level. He has a collar too. He does have a collar too. I don't know. I don't know what it is about this dude. It's just like not it though. He's hot. I'll give him that, but it's like not there. Leander, Doctor, this guy. See, I honestly, yeah, I would do that one. For me, it's Leander, then the Doctor, and then this guy. Doctor 1, the others are okay. Okay. Why is it always the Doctor? Hmm. With a flourish of his hand, my in-room key appears dangling from his finger. It turns on its chain, glittering when it catches the light. My hands fly to my cloak's pockets and sure enough find them flat. He crooks his finger, beckoning me. I've already taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I'm still on the edge, thrumming with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers at the edge of my vision. I always attract the worst kind of attention, but I can't get rattled now. Where'd you find it? The key, I mean. What can I say? I'm a sucker for shiny things. He smiles wide enough to reveal pointed canines. I have a problem that only a doctor can cure. AK? I saw you drop it. You should really be more careful. City like this, somebody might take advantage. A bald-faced lie said without a hint of irony. I can't figure out how he picked my pocket under my nose, but I'm certain he took my key and I need it back. I approach the man, careful to keep an arm's length. He doesn't look dangerous, but the most deadly ones never do. The stranger's chain softly clinks with the tilt of his head. His ears flick. Keeping your distance? Until I figure out how you managed to rob me, yeah, I am. The guy's twinkish. I know who he reminds me of. I take it back. He doesn't remind me of Leos. He reminds me of the blonde twink in that one dating sim game we played. The horny on main character. He kind of reminds me of him, you know? If he if he was taller, I suppose. I don't know. Synocular, yeah. I think it's okay, the red hair and the ears caught me off guard, but the overall vibe and the chain and collar kind of reminds me of him. That bitch. I want to punch him. Icky, please. Oh no. But like he low key gives me that energy. I don't know why, but he does. You think I stole your dinky little key from Side and Leo? Say you, child. Hi, DJ. Good morning. You think I stole your dinky little key from all the way over here? He gives an exaggerated sigh. I am good with my hands, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? He's got me there. The sheer fabric of his sleeves alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. And then there's the shop behind him. No matter the city, parted pink curtains only ever meant one thing. I'm not looking to buy, and I doubt I could afford your services anyway. He's a prostitute. Luckily for you, I don't charge. The man runs the tip of his tongue over a fang, and for the first time since I stepped into that shadow, I feel something other than dread. Is our character horny? My face glows hot. I'm sorry. That turns us on, not us hand-holding for the first time with the sexy man that gave us a flower. No, apparently not. Our standards are so low. We're going for Sinoculus's AU kid. Ugh! MC's horny. Hell yeah. Mishi last love interest in the game. So I hate this one. I don't like this one. That's not what I meant. I'm flattered, really. Were sex my trade, I might make an exception for you. How about offhand? How about half off for a handy? Or you could just hand over my key. Ask nicely, and I might even let you tug my tail. What the fuck? Sinoculus, you kid? Just throw it here. So, some spiny little street urchin can snatch it and run. He raises my key and tilts his head so he can watch it dangle back and forth. I suppose I could just claim your room for myself. Not that I'd be caught dead slumming in the wick with the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. You're obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with derision. I'm not telling you anything. What could have possibly drawn you to this dreary little pig pen, I wonder? He listlessly watches the arc of my key swinging around his finger. The weather's shit, the food's dreck, and there's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger-sharp eyes flick towards me. They gleam with amusement. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. By now my embarrassment has worn away, leaving simmering impatience in its place. If this is a shakedown, it's the most frustrating one I've ever experienced. Are you done, or did you plan on flirting with me until nightfall? He touches his chest in mock affront. You wound me. How can you be so immune to my charms? 'Cause I'm relating you to a blonde-headed little fucker. You're about as charming as an ox and a half as subtle. I suggest you go practice your seduction on someone interested. Is the demo maybe long enough to meet all the romanceable characters? I would think you would meet all of the romanceable characters. So the demo is 5 hours long. And like what, we've been playing this game for about like almost an hour. Like a little bit over an hour. We've already met 3. So I think we could definitely meet the rest of them. It's just 2 more. That earns me a burst of breathy laugh. How could you teach me the ropes? Show me a thing or two. The more he flirts, the more convinced I become that this is some kind of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. And something tells me that this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he does have a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want or why you're messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you aren't going to attack. Or bite. I will bite hard, unless you beg. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into innuendo. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we're having a conversation, not a standoff. Do you like dancing? There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their ludus is entirely exquisite. Truly a performance to die for. There's life in this dreadful place if you know where to look. You sound like you know the city well. The man's gaze flickers from me to the key dangling from his finger. The gag. I don't enjoy this dude at all. Naturally, this dump was a little more than miserable little smear when I first arrived. High town, low town. I know Iridia like the back of my hand. What about the cenobium? Do you know where that is? His smile vanishes. Surely you've seen it. That absurdly large tower looming over the rest. It's a little hard to miss. He must mean that spire I noticed when I first caught sight of Iridia. The cenobium's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you things those stuffy boars in their limp dick tower can't even dream of. I've already got plans. Oh, have you some pressing matters at the cenobium? Lunch date with the librarians, tea time with the most esteemed abbess. That's my business. What's it matter to you? I square my shoulders and the amusement bleeds out of them. Your loss. The stranger, finally bored of his tedious game, extends his hand toward me. The key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. When he makes no other move, I reach for the key. But as soon as my fingers graze smooth brass, his hand springs shut around my elbow. Hey! Welcome, Raiders! Hello, everyone! Hi, Pander! How you doing? It's past midnight. Do you gotta go do your post-stream cat? Yeah. Go get some rest. Go get some sleep. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you had fun with the shore. What's the shore? Thank you for the follow, Greg. I appreciate it. My name's Mishi. I use she, they pronouns. I'm a chaotically comforting streamer, and we are currently playing a dating sim game. Although this one, I don't like this guy. He's kind of ugly. Good night, Pander. Y'all, if you didn't follow Panda yet from the stream, make sure you do so. I always forget to follow people, especially when I'm lurking. It's a terrible inconvenience trying to figure out whose stream I was in. But yeah, we're playing a dating sim game. Be sure to check out the pinned message. There are some content warnings for this game. It's pretty mature. Well, it's a demo. It's not done. I guess the demo's like 5 hours though, which is pretty nice. Cosmic Lovecraftian horror game? Okay, I'm going to look this up. Excuse me while I look this up. Yeah, sure. Oh, this looks horrifying. I love it. Oh, wait, this looks really cool. I don't think it's the type of game I would play, but I would totally watch someone play this. And then cry because of how scary it is. Oh, Squeaky wants this. Good night, Pander. Get some rest. Lurkers are welcome. Chatters are welcome. I appreciate you guys coming in with the raid. But if the game isn't it for you or the vibes aren't it and you're gonna head out, I completely understand. Hi, Robin, aka Asprobin. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have any game music. It is copywritten, so I have to turn it off, and I'm currently playing random music off of Spotify. So if the music doesn't sound right, that's probably why. Anyway, we were talking to this dude that we don't like at all. I mean, if you guys like him, that's okay, but he just makes you want to gag and not in the fun way. So yeah, let's just go. Let's just go with that. Let's go with that. Hi, Robin. Are you at work? He yanks me down and I stagger, my soul slipping on the steps. For a sick moment, I fear my bandages will unravel under his touch. But he's careful not to disturb them, even as his fingers digs into my arm. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of death and the road. And that fucking doctor. He knows our man? Karas? His voice, once silken, lowers to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil as he pulls me closer. Gag, but not in the fun way, she said. I know I said that. You keep his name out of your mouth. Tell him, AK. You tell him right now. It's something else. He murmurs against my throat. Nose grazing my jaw. Let go. I try to twist away, but he doesn't budge. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. But just when I fear he'll bite, he takes a deep whiff instead. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes up at me. Not quite human, not quite monster. Seems we're both... Oh, he gonna get in trouble. This guy ain't my type. Oh, he's not my type either. Honestly, we like the first two guys. The first one is a doctor that treated us very nicely. Reattached our entire arm somehow. Hi, Dark Sif. How you doing? Nice outfit. Oh my god, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yay. Second guy is like, what would you call him? He's kind of like an informant. We're trying to get information because every time we touch someone with our hand, our bare hand, right, it makes them crazy and it hurts them. So we're like, let's figure out a way to fix that. Chat, there's an ad gonna run in a little bit. I am so sorry. This guy's a little bit of a bellend. I don't know what that means, but I don't like him, so it's fine. No, we can't fix him. We don't like him. Rose Effect. Oh, I could see that. Hi, Cherry. How you doing? Good morning. I'm gonna wait for the ad to finish, and then we'll get back to the game. Okay? I will see you in like a minute and a half. I can, but I don't want to. I don't want to fix it. Let Wing. Oh, fine. Wing, you can have him. No one else wants him, so take him. Take him away from us. Far, far away. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. What do we think of the game, by the way, so far? Do we like it? I think the art style is gorgeous. The character creation is really nice. It's unfortunate that I don't like this character at all, but I guess there are some games that I just hate everyone. No, in Dream Daddy, I hated the Vanilla Man. No, I didn't hate the Vanilla Man. I hated the Red Flag, the Milk Dad, aka the dad who went to get milk and never came back. Yeah, I don't like him. Everyone gets him. Well, most of us do. You right. You right though. Dude, the art is beautiful. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I wonder if okay, question. Because I don't think I know the entirety of how demos work. If the demo is 5 hours long, right? First 5 hours of the game, does that mean that they have the beginning done for sure? And then right now they're just working on what are they working on then? Are they working on the rest of the game that we don't see? Or would they change anything at the beginning? Like, let's say this is the demo, right? And then the game comes out. Is the beginning going to be exactly like the demo, or is it going to be a little different? I don't know. I would like to know. Welcome back from the ads. The stranger's ears flatten and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arm back, massaging it where his grip left grooves in the bandages. The stranger twists around to watch a woman duck out of the curtains behind him. Her pressed uniform bears the signia of the cenobium. I leave you for all of 10 minutes and you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing the tourists? The stranger, Ver, I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric with a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? A natural liar. He grins at me and his tail swishes minutely. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Ver cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friend some free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger's drawn to you like a moth to a flame. It will always find you given time. The woman clucks her tongue as though she's heard this recital 102 times. Word of advice? Don't take free advice from lazy foxes. Oh, he's a fox. Lounging in the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. She shrugs off a wiltering look from Ver. Oh, please, any friend of yours knows it's true. Now hold still. Ver rises gracefully at her approach. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. And suddenly, it dawns on me. The jingling I heard earlier wasn't coming from the harness attached to his collar, but a leash. A heavy ironclad chain wound through a hitching post and a padlock to the back of his collar. Ver posed deliberately to hide his leash from me. He has a leash? The woman produces a keyring from her pocket. She rifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and sliding it into the lock. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along on our merry little soulless hunt. They're hunting for soulless inside the city? Words momentarily fail me. The woman regards me with a polite, if tight smile before marching down the stairs. Ver lingers. He stretches his arms over his head with a yawn, and I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. Why? Your little secret's safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed, Ver hops off the stoop and bounds after the woman. His tail sways merrily as though he hadn't just lied and threatened me. Did you try that thing I mentioned? The Leventian knot? That the one where you take 3 fingers and actually... don't tell me. Knowing you is disgusting. Ver's airy laughter echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric have vanished from sight that I realized I'm still missing something. What the fuck? BMC hasn't touched anyone in probably years. They need to be sprayed at this rate. Honestly? Maybe. I don't know. Wait. Reflexively, I shove my hand into my pockets and find it. The room key. I ease the key from my pocket and smooth my thumb over its teeth as I try to recall a touch, a tell, or any hint of Varys's sleight of hand. but I can't figure out how he did it. All I know for certain is that the Cenobian saw fit to leash him, a fate I could share if that's what his vague warning meant. I let my eyes drift skyward, past the lanterns gently swaying in the breeze to the cenobiums faintly visible through the gaze. Just one glimpse is all I need, then I can put this all behind me. This time, the key goes into my coin purse for safekeeping. Hi, Carmen. How you doing? I need water. It's easy enough to follow the sluggish river that splits Iridia in two. A colossal bridge arches over the dark water below. I cross as quickly as I can, climbing what? Climbing ever uphill, ever, toward the distant tower. Wow, this is cool. Hours later, legs aching, sweat beading on my forehead, I finally find what I was searching for. The cenobium of the luminous void. It stands at the highest point of Iridia, surrounded by cold white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the walkways, paying no attention to the massive tower in their midst. I'm the only one standing before the gates. I crane my neck up and up until the top of the cenobium tower disappears into a cloud overhead. I frown up at the gates, wondering what horrible traps they might contain. Despite their delicate beauty, there must be more to them than meets the eye. Knocking seems like a terrible idea, but I don't see any other way of making my presence known. I'm halfway up the steps when something moves in my peripheral vision. A shadowy figure crouches beneath one of the white walls. They reach out and tug on a vine as if testing its strength. Oi, you there! The shadow vanishes as quickly as I spotted it, and a gaunt-faced man in a crisp charcoal uniform marches up the steps towards me. Ugh, another tourist. Get out of here once you're done gawking. A dismissive wave accompanies his equally dismissive words, and he turns on his heel without even waiting for an answer from me. I look back at where I saw the intruder, but there's nothing. Just the leaves blowing gently in a cool breeze. Was that one of the other ones? Was that the fourth one? I step away from the gates, hopelessness washing over me. Hello. A whisper, so close I can feel the warm brush of skin on my skin, breath of my skin. I instinctively jerk away, but there's no one beside me. Halfway down the staircase, I spot a woman swaying in the breeze. She's gaunt as a rail and her blouse moth-eaten. I'm unable to take my eyes off her, not because of the way she smiles a little too widely, or the way her tasseled braids look unbrushed for days, but because her eyes shine a vibrant, unnatural crimson. I'm both entranced and unsettled by their subtle glow. These days, you'd need a miracle to get in there. I'm unsure how to respond, or if I even should. After the experience I've just had, I'm not too keen on indulging strangers with small talk. Despite my silence, she maintains her unflinching stare and smile. Well, lucky for you, I have miracles for free. Whatever she's selling, I'm not interested. My words come out in a tired breath. No thanks. I start down the stairs, but she abruptly steps into my path. She turns her back to me, and before I can react, she slips her fingers under the lacing of her collar, stripping out of her blouse in broad daylight. What are you doing? As worn fabric unveils bare skin, my panic is smothered by cold horror. A misshapen, sunken scar carves into the woman's body. Pitted, gnarled skin snakes down her shoulders, blooming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. A shuddering breath escapes me. The fuck? Whatever disease this woman had ate away at her from the inside out. How is she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive, and yet— Are you a vampire? The power to cure anything can be yours, too. The power of the sea spring. The woman slides back into her blouse and deftly laces it up. If I've caught your interest, then follow me. It's only a short walk away. Can I say no? I'm gonna say no. I like to say no. That's a no for me. Without another glance, she leisurely strolls down the cenobium stairs, loose braids bobbing behind her. The edge of her scars peek out from under her collar. I stand there, wordless, until I manage to regain my bearings. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. This could be the stupidest decision of my life, but what choice do I have? No, don't do it. We're gonna die. I take a final look at the cenobium shut gates, then follow her down the steps. Fucking hell. Normally you have to throw beads for a woman to flash. Oh no. Let me stretch. Okay. We descend from the higher streets, leaving behind their gilded decadence as we cross the river. The wet, derelict districts feel more familiar to me. But the crimson-eyed woman takes me farther, then farther still, until I'm met with an all too familiar sight. No, why are we back here? We're gonna die. My gut lurches when I face the open horizon. The city's outskirts are hardly recognizable in daylight and probably safer for it. But venturing beyond Iridia's walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. Keep going straight and the sea spring will reveal itself to you. I bark out a bitter laughter, loud and involuntary. I'd rather not. You kidding? It's not safe out there. You're as safe inside the city as outside of it. Truthfully, the territory before you is the safest of all. What do you mean, territory? This region belongs to Ice. Most people know him as a gang leader, but he's much more than that. I squint against the empty wastelands. Only a fool or someone with nothing to lose would leave the city. Apparently I'm both. Yeah, we're a fucking dumbass. But if the sea spring cured her, I need to see what it can do for me. I set off into the waste. Over my shoulder, the woman calls after me. Good luck, Mishi. I hope we meet again. How does she know her name? We never told her our name. My heart pounds with each step I take away from civilization. For what seems like an eternity, I force each foot forward, one step, then another, until a realization hits me. I never told the woman my name. Something pierces the horizon ahead of me. A building, nestled into a tall cliffside, but so starkly out of place it might as well be a hallucination. It drips with extravagance and honeyed mahogany, an ornate jewel of architecture. A row of dark silhouettes stand on the horizon. Trees, I think, until I'm close enough to realize that I mistook for branches were spikes and jutting tendrils. Soulless, several of them watching me in the distance like statues. I don't think, I just run. Exploding into a messy sprint, I push my legs as fast as will take me towards the decorated building. Flashes of last night chase me, the gushes of blood and screams of death, the smell of burning flesh and sour bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up wooden stairs and crashing through towering double doors. I gasp for air, my lungs burning from exertion. I'm desperate to be safe, but when I process my surroundings, it's more hellscape than sanctuary. Blood flows all around me, overwhelming my vision with the lurid, unholy red. Instinctively, my hands leap to my mouth, but the rotten stench of blood never comes. Instead, a smoky scent hangs in the air, sharp and spiced. I swallow thickly, convincing myself that it's not as gruesome as it appears. This has to be the sea spring, the place that grants miracles. Pulling my eyes away from the pool, I take in the rest of my environment. Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seating pillows scattered the floors. A rustic kettle sits nearby. What the shit? Bling bam bam bling bam bam bling bam bam born. Bling bam bam bling bam bam bling bam bam born. Bada bam bam bam. Hunter! Hunta, thank you for gifting Comet with a 69. Comic, enjoy your 69 of the month. Hunta! Banananananan, dun, 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 dun. Pedro, 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 Pedro. Bananananan. Hunta, thank you for the spicy 69. I appreciate it. I don't know why. I've started calling subs as 69. I don't know when that started. Maybe when I made the monthly goal set to 69. That might be it. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good morning, Hunta. How was your day? Wait, okay, now I'm really confused. Is the demo really only 5 hours? Cause now I don't know. Oh wait, there's a whole post about demo. Hold on. There's a whole post about demos. Let me see if I can find it. I had to get the door. Who did I miss since the fox twink? Well, the fox twink left. We were sent to this place here at the wastelands outside of town, being like, oh, you can be cured. Yeah, we followed a shady vampire lady who like flashed us in public, but it's fine. Why? Because it's fine. I'm looking at a post trying to see like, hold on. I'm trying to find more information on the demo, like how long it is, because I saw one thing where it said 5 hours, but now I'm confused because it's like, this is a lot of gameplay already. And we're almost at 2 hours. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. We'll see. Still getting over the flu. Oh, Hunter, I hope you feel better soon. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seated pillows scatter the floor. A rustic kettle sits nearby. Someone must have lived here, despite how eerily empty it is. Hello? Is anyone here? My voice echoes across the cavern without response. I approach the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something here can tell me more. I reach for the closest one. It reads, Dear Mother, don't cry for me. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye, but we'll meet again in another life. I love you very much. From Iris. P.S. If you ever see me, never speak to me again. What? It's written in perfect cursive. I've never seen such beautiful handwriting. Before I can ponder it further, a sharp chill runs down my spine. Something's watching me. Is it our newest boothang? I quickly set the note back, my eyes darting around the wooden deck, but it's still empty. Vacant. Finally, I look towards the sea spring. That stillness hides something deeper. Something wrong. Hey. I spin around and come face to face with a pack of soulless. Holy shit! They chitter and growl, tendrils and spikes flaring threateningly. All different sizes and species, but sharing one identical trait. Glowing crimson eyes. I try to back away, but was the lady a soulless? But my heel teeters over the sea spring. Cornered. Watch your step, it's deeper than it looks. That voice again. At the sound of it, the soulless freeze, their snarls quieting. Oh. I search for the voice's source and find it above me, lounging in the rafters. Smash. Sorry. What? Hold on. Oh, he's taking the cake. He might be number one. Ah! You look lost, little sparrow. His gaze is a violent crimson, one that sears through me, leaves me feeling raw and exposed. Ooh-wee. They're the same eyes I've seen over and over. First with the scarred woman, now with the soulless searching me. Are those tentacles in the background? Pause. Hentai? So you're relinquishing Leander? I didn't say that. Let me get lost in his eyes real quick. Yes, possibly. All bound by the sea spring's blood red. In the shroud of darkness behind him, shapes like massive tentacles twist and coil around the wooden beams. I can't focus. The soulless growls ring in my ears. They're not advancing, but that could change at any second. Panic rises in my throat as I struggle to track them. Hey. Eyes on me. Oh, I take it back. I take it back. He's the one. He's the one I want. Oh, he's so dominant. Help. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, y'all. It's fine. Wait. Oh, we can just stare at him. I will look. I will look. I will. Wait, I can change my entire fucking life for you. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I'm ready. I'm ready. We can have matching horns and everything. The brain rot went feral. It did go feral. What? He said eyes on me, Amu. I'm breathing. I'm breathing. Oh my god, he said it again. Stop it. Stop it. Look at it. My stomach rolls. Sorry. My stomach rolls as I tear my eyes away from the soulless. Don't ignore someone who's talking to you. It's not polite. For a moment, anger knocks my fear. Those belts are in my way. Why you got 2 belts on? Amma, please. Who is this bastard? He's our bastard. The brat in me wants to hit this one. I'm distracted. Kind of distracted by the soulless about to maul me. Only on my command. I scan the soulless again. They really aren't attacking. Posturing more than anything. You tamed them? Power of the sea spring. They're hungry, so they might bite. You could give me a reason to stop them. How about I didn't do anything wrong? His name was not his name. We call him Bastard. You think he's a bastard, but not the fox? I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh my god, Lucky, thank you for clipping that moment. I'm gonna remember every single second with our papa. Demon papa. Demon lord. Demon bastard. We should call him our demon bastard. I feel like that's only fair, chat. Trespassing. And that's punishable by death? He gives a non-committal shrug. I called out earlier to see if anyone was here. Were we supposed to play hide and seek? Didn't hear you. My voice stops in my throat. This man's terse coolness is both infuriating and terrifying. I rack my brain for a way to diffuse the situation. I need help. I thought the sea spring could cure me, somehow. My voice wavers pathetically. Honesty has never been my strong suit. He cants his head to the side, praising me but doesn't respond. I fidget nervously. Oh, he reminds me of Sukuna sitting on a pile of bodies. Someone get Mel. This would be Mel's man. Tell me I am wrong. He can't sorry, I read that. I'm telling you, I came here for help. Are you listening? Your hands. Alarm jolts through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Why? Won't ask twice. With a sharp huff, I reluctantly hold out my bandaged hands. Are you getting off on this? Ooh, we on our hands. Unwrap them. Oh, we just met, sir. I don't even know your name. Heat rushes to my face and fire to my tongue. I should give him a piece of my mind, but not when his soulless are one command from ripping me to shreds. I'm saying it now. He's going to be our first romance when the game comes out. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk. Yet no matter how much I will myself to move, my body is frozen in place. I stand there for a long, agonizing minute. My hands are trembling when I finally raise them. I know the skin beneath the wrappings all too well. The hideous, unnatural flesh I've grown to despise. I grip the edges of the bandages. Stop. With a wary sigh, the man slides off. Was he sitting up here? Or up here? Where was he sitting? The man slides off the beam and lands with a thud that shakes the panels underfoot. He's a monster with an imposing figure. Wait, he's a monster? I mean, that makes sense. Are we a monster fucker, chat? Are we? This is our debut in the monster fucking world. He's a monster with an imposing figure that towers over me. I couldn't tell how tall he was before, and kinda horny figured I picked up a book, found a Necronomicon, thought that I should take a look. I did the chance and did the dance, and much to my surprise, I found an ancient deity with tentacles and glowing eyes. It's a wonderful moment when this song pops up. But now Cthulhu knows why they call me the Deep One. I fucked Cthulhu good. I thought I'd find some cosmic horror. It turns out I'm a cosmic horror. Beautiful song. Thank you, Wing. I appreciate it. He's big. That's all he needs to know. Ooh, woo. Chappa chappa doobie doobie da ba da ba, magical me doobie doobie boom 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 boom, chippy chippy chappa chappa doobie doobie da ba da ba, magical me doobie doobie boom 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 boom. I love this game. Anyway, but he's big. Wait, it says he's big. I couldn't tell how tall he was before, but he's big. Illuminated by lantern light, his features are stronger, sharper. Subtle clinks of metal accompany each of his footsteps. The closer he gets to me, the faster my heart hitches. What does he want? Is he gonna kill me? I step backwards and find nothing to set my foot on. I'd forgotten my back was to the sea spring. I fall right before a warm hand catches my lower back. Ooh, ooh. I'm hovering above the sea spring, the scent of smoke and leather enveloping me. Blazing crimson eyes bore into mine. Told you to watch your step. I'm too stunned to muster a response. I want to make him blush. I want to break him. Like I weigh nothing, he guides me back to solid ground and steps back. Oh, like we weigh nothing. Stop. My thickums gal thighs are trembling. Wait, I dropped my chapstick. My chapstick. Where'd it go? I got it. We're good. Okay. Following a subtle gesture from his fingers, the soulless around us disperse and relax. The shift in their demeanor is so abrupt, it gives me whiplash. Do we need to notice the status of your thighs there? I'm a thickums gal. He has to know. The enormous tentacles are no longer in the rafters. Wait, no, bring them back. What? Though now I doubt I ever saw them at all. Either way, I exhale a breath of relief. Thanks. As focused on me as he was before, the monster pays no attention to me now. He kicks some seating pillows out of the walkways, checks the contents of the kettle with a scowl. The sudden disregard is almost insulting. So that's it? I'm not a threat anymore? Never were one. Then why'd you threaten me? People get honest when they're afraid. In other words, he was messing with me. I drag a hand over my face, exhausted by the fact that this is the second time a monster has provoked me today. I know, AK, there's no more tentacles. It's very upsetting. Your eyes, aren't you? Depends who's asking. He's a brat. He is a brat. We're gonna fucking break him. One of your friends told me this was your territory. She also said you were a gang leader. We would be into the gang member. But there's no one else here. I thought there'd be more people. Eyes picks up the kettle and walks to the edge of the sea spring, then dumps out the contents into the endless red. Gang took a walk. His pleasant smile stretches across his face, ear to ear. Then, in an instant, it drops. I get the sense that I shouldn't ask about his gang again. Something must have happened. I've learned to recognize a real leader when I see one. Eyes, regrettably, fits the type perfectly. He knows how to scare people and expects submission. Ooh, woo. But it's uncommon for someone so used to being empowered to be so alone. You said you came here for help. Depends. Can the sea spring cure a curse? Probably. You mean you don't know? An ad! We wait! I didn't realize there was an ad. A gangbang? I don't think it works like that, comic. I don't think it works like that. I want cheese fries now. Take that as you will, chat. Is this like, oh my god, I got an ace. Is this like the most suspicious of all the characters so far? Yes, but it's fine. Oh, good. Oh, cool. You're playing me. You're the second one to say that. Oh my god. How you doing, Bremy? Dude, that was impressive, Vipers. I wasn't expecting all of them to be there. He shakes his head out. He shakes out the empty kettle and starts collecting stray cups, tidying up. My frustration builds. I narrow my eyes at him in a questioning glare. When he notices, he returns with an amused smirk. Are you being irritating on purpose? Listen, Sparrow, the sea spring can cure anything. Nothing's stopping you from trying it yourself. What do I have to do? Drink? I have to drink from the sea spring? My eyes glide to the blood-like pool beside us. The idea of ingesting the strange liquid makes my gut turn. Is there a price? Always. Eyes taps his temple with a finger. You lose a little bit. That's it? I'd have already beat it to the punch. My humor earns me an amused, fanged grin. This is a little different. When you drink from the sea spring, you forget who you are. Your mind combines with everyone who ever drank before. Humans, monsters, soulless. One big happy family in your head. Oh, I kind of hate that idea. Hi, Captain! This Hades aesthetic Atome being called Touchstar seems diabolical. Isn't it good, though? I'm having a lot of fun, Captain. How's your day going? My blood runs cold. I've heard of these before. Group minds. I thought they were just rumors. I've heard whispers of cults performing rituals to bind their members' minds together. It never seemed possible. But something tells me this is real, even if one thing doesn't add up. Your eyes are red too, but you obviously haven't forgotten who you are. Before I can finish my sentence, Eye strides past me towards the entrance. Time's up. Let's finish this later. Wait, already? You barely told me anything. Came on a bad day. Got somewhere to be. There are still so many questions burning on the tip of my tongue, but my frustration spills out before any of them. I was told to come here for help, but instead I get threatened and kicked out. You're joking, right? Watch your tone. I'm nice, but I don't want to ruin the host's mood. My skin prickles. The feeling of being watched washes over me again. My eyes dart back over to the sea spring. A lone ripple dances on the quiet surface. I take Isa's advice and clamp my mouth shut. Isa approaches a nearby solace, a lanky dog-like one with 6 legs and a crown of tendrils. Several sets of crimson eyes adorn its side. Its forked tongue wags rapidly when Isa squats beside it. He runs his fingers through the tendrils, scratches its chin, and pats its head. A gentle smile plays across Isa's lips. The affection he holds for the soulless is painfully clear. I dip my eyes away, my stomach fluttering at the tender sight. It's getting dark out, so this pretty girl will guide you back. Following a short whistle from Isa's lips, it trots over to the entrance, obediently, tail swaying. I watch the soulless warily. Pretty is not a word I would use to describe it, and the idea of it protecting me sounds absurd. If I decide to drink, how should I find you? Find someone with eyes like mine. They'll point you in the right direction. But think it over. Once you drink, you can't go back. It's a lot to process, but I give a small nod. At least I know I have another option for a cure, as disturbing as it may be. I follow the soulless at a measured distance and watch it nudge the giant doors open with ease. When I'm about to cross the threshold, I sneak one last glance behind me. My heart skips when I meet Isa's eyes. I'm about to snap my head away, but he just flashes me an easy smile. Till next time, Sparrow, I'll buy you a drink for scaring you. I don't trust myself to do anything but respond with a curt nod. I like him, obviously. Outside, more crimson-eyed soulless scuttle about. It's hard to believe that it's the same threatening pack from before. They chase each other in circles, roll around in the bog's mud. They pay no attention to me as the dog-like one escorts me away. It's an uneventful trip. Sometimes the soulless look over its shoulder at me to make sure I'm still following. Basically, this dude can turn you into a vampire to cure your cancer. So, we are cursed. We are cursed with our touch. So if we touch a human being with our hands, they lose their mind and they go mad. So we are constantly bandaging up our hands to prevent that from happening. And we traveled all the way to this city called Iridia, because in this place, there's apparently like this information center that's supposed to help with all sorts of magic, all sorts of knowledge. But every time we ask someone about it, they're like, stay away from there. It's dangerous. It's not worth it. We can help you instead. So far I think we've met all 5 of the main characters so far. We found the doctor that healed us because we had lost our arm traveling here. And when we regained consciousness, it was back. And then we found an informant that said he would help us for free. And we're able to touch his hand, oddly enough, which is fine. He's like a powerful mage, I guess. We found a fox that absolutely sucked ass and was a bastard, and I don't like him. Found sort of like, I don't know, we never talked to the 4th one. He was like an assassin, kind of like a ghost. We never really got a good look at him or talked to him at all. We just saw him and then disappeared. And then we met this guy who apparently can help us by ingesting the sea spring. But there's a catch with it. Fox bastard. Yeah, no, it was gross. It was gross. So yeah, that's basically it. The soulless sit and look at me expectantly with familiar crimson eyes. As nervous as I am, I carefully glide my fingers through the soulless's tendrils and scratch beneath its chin, just like Eyes had. We always have to give the pupper's head scratches. It pushes into my palm in response, rumbling with a sound akin to a purr. The vibrations are soothing, almost healing my fatigue. When it's satisfied, the soulless spins around and scampers back in the direction we came, vanishing into the darkness. It's barely my first day in Iridia, and I've already encountered so many things I thought were impossible. Tame Soulless being one of them. My head spins. Maybe I should call it a day. Nightfall creeps across the streets of Iridia. The city, labyrinth even in daytime, has become warren of treacherous alleyways. The streets are completely deserted. If I hadn't been here earlier, I would have thought this part of the city was abandoned. I make my way through the winding streets, doing my best to keep my bearing towards the wetwick. My steps slow when I hear rustling in the dark. I strain my ears, but everything is still. Is the silence playing tricks on me? The fine hairs on the back of my neck prickle, a frisson of discomfort running down my spine. Something is wrong. My eyes dart from one side of the street to the other, searching for movement, but the shadows are as deep and dark as pools of ink, and I see nothing. I can't stay here. I need to reach a busier part of the city. Drawing my cloak tighter around my body, I hurry on my way. Though I keep my eyes sharp and listen intently, there's only the sound of my own footsteps. As some moments pass and nothing happens, I begin to wonder, maybe I really did imagine that noise. I turn the next corner and my thoughts come to a screeching halt. My head spins, the world blurring as adrenaline rushes through my veins. Only one thing is clear amidst the haze: the soulless that attacked the caravan. It's crouched over a dark, indistinct shape, a body. A garland of intestines spill from pallid flesh. Blood grouts the cobblestones. For mercy, the soulless is too distracted by its meal to have noticed me. My feet feel as heavy as stones, but I can't just stand here. Holding my breath, I take a step backwards. When the wet slurping sounds don't abate, I take another, then another. Then a shard of glass crunches under my heel. The world seems to slow to a crawl as the soulless raises its head, blood dripping from its tendrils. Every single one of its bulging eyes fix unblinkingly at me. It's really here. It's come back for me. I'm off like a shot, running for my life through the darkened streets. Behind me, oh my god, that is terrifying. A piercing bay splits the silence, and heavy footfalls pound after me. My heart thunders in my chest. I take turns at random, trying to lose it in the maze of streets, but I can't seem to shake it. I can hear its breathing now, a wet, fluttering rasp, growing closer and closer. The same claws that severed my arm swipe out. I duck, saved by pure reflex, and skid around a corner. I take 3 running strides before the bottom drops out of my stomach. A wall, twice as high as me, bars my way. A dead end. When I turn around, the soulless looms in the entry to the alleyway. It's no longer running. It doesn't have to. As it prowls closer, my thoughts race. Some of the buildings lining the streets are lit. There must be people inside. It's a long shot, but try for the nearest door. I whirl, grabbing at the handle of the closest door. I feel like if I tried screaming, it wouldn't help me because people would probably be like, oh, fuck them. We don't need to save them. I don't know. It turns completely. The hinge is creaking as I push, and I feel a flash of hope before a weight hits the door from the other side and it slams shut. The click of the lock turning is grimly final. In this wretched world, few people will stick their neck out to help their own flesh and blood. Never mind a stranger. I was right. The soulless gives a rasping hiss, the only warning I get before it lunges for me with a flash of claws. I hurl myself to the side, but the slick cobblestones betray me. I fall, sprawling over the rough stone. As the soulless looms over me, I scramble away from it until my back hits the wall. There's nowhere left to go. It descends on me for the kill. Did we just die again? But the impact never comes. Who is it? Who is it? I warily crack one eye open, then the other, not sure whether I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches. Oh, is it the fourth one though? Is it the fourth one that we never really met? A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one blood-stained hand outstretched. It is. You have red eyes too. Moonlight silvers the edge of their stiletto knife. Their face and hands are splattered with blood, and the soulless. My eyes dart past my unexpected rescuer to the misshapen form behind them. The soulless's many eyes, once restless and vibrant, now look dull and waxy. A red pool spreads slowly from under its body. Leander has competition. Wow, Vipers. Abandoning Leander. I see it. I see it. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. It's dead. After all the people it's killed, after nearly killing me twice, I can hardly believe it. Well, I gingerly take the offered hand. The stranger's gaze dips to my bandages. Pale lips part on the brink of a question, then close again. With a strength belying their slight frame, they pull me to my feet. No, I will not. I will give you shit. As soon as I'm on my own 2 feet again, they pull away from me and start wiping the blood from their face and hands. Stay there. They turn away from me stiffly, leaning over the soulless's gangly body. With their back towards me, I realize that I saw their hooded silhouette at the cenobium. You were at the cenobium. They cast a wary look at me. So what if I was? Their harsh response takes me aback. Before I can formulate a response, they continue. What are you thinking? Traveling alone at night. This is far from the worst thing haunting Lowtown. I can't make heads or tails of them. First they saved me, and now they scold me. Lesson learned. I could do without the lecture, though. To my surprise, they break eye contact. Their attention glides back to the soulless's corpse. They examine it with an inscrutable expression. I clear my throat to fill the silence. I'm Mishi. Min? Suddenly, Min tenses. Their blades flash as they drive it into the back of the soulless's neck. The soulless thrashes once again, letting out a rattling hiss as the air leaves its lungs. Oh, that was crunchy. Min leans on the blade, driving it deeper and deeper, until there's a sickening crunch and the creature goes limp. My heart thuds in my chest. It must have been clinging to life by a thread. Min straightens up, withdrawing their blade in a single smooth motion. Better to put wretched things like this out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood from their knife. That swift, unhesitating lethal strike wasn't the work of an amateur. But they don't act like any of the cold-blooded killers I've seen in the past. Why is a soulless inside the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching before realization dawns. You're new here. There's no wall around the city. Soulless can come and go as they please until someone is contracted to stop them. The cenobium's patrols don't bother to protect the Lowtown. Not anymore. Let me guess. You're not a fan of the cenobium. I wouldn't go that far. Their brows abruptly furrow and they sheathe their knife, motioning for me to follow them. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I don't want to stay lost in the city. I trail behind them as they stride towards the street. If it's so dangerous, then why are you helping me? I came for the bounty on that soulless and you were in the way. Not killing you isn't the same as helping you. Don't count on being so lucky again, or you'll be dead by sunrise. I feel like he's a tsundere. He's like Leos. He cares secretly. Reminds me of a mix between... I'm going to try to remember how to say the name. Arlecchino and Xiao. I wanted to say Arlecchino, but like I don't think I said that right the first time. Their answer is stingingly harsh. Arlecchino. Arlecchino? Wait. Are they the white-haired woman with the heels that are crazy? Doesn't she prefer to be called father or something? I forgot what it is. I just need to find my lodgings. Hell yeah. I hold my hands up, trying to forestall any snippy comments. Alright, I get it. I'd love to get out of your way, but I'm sort of lost. I just need directions back to my lodgings. What makes you think I'll help you? Nothing, but there's no harm in asking. That seems to catch them off guard. Their brows knit and they look away scowling. How troublesome. Mishi? Hey! AK, it's your mans. You think he likes us still? I turn, surprised by the voice. Karas walks down the street towards us. His white and gold clothing is pristine, despite the grime of the city. AK, please! Hello, Min. I see that Solus was your word. AK, please! Oh my god! We've lost her. It's too late. It's too late. We've lost her. Like, that key art made him look so cool and mysterious, but now he looks like a teenager. What? I see that Solus was your work. Min shrugs. There's a familiarity to the way they regard each other. I didn't know you had friends, Min. I don't. Freelance work is dangerous, and Karas is a doctor. That's all. Mishi needs to get back wherever she's staying before she wanders into the jaws of another Solus. The duality of chat. It is late. Were you able to find a place to stay, Mishi? I'm staying at the Wet Wick. Both their faces fall. I see. Would you like a guide? It might be preferable to wandering around alleyways. That would be nice. Min clicks their tongue and sighs, sounding mightily put out. Going to the Amaleris district, that gaudy cesspit. Come, this way. Despite Min's clear distaste, when Karas leads me down the street, they keep pace with us. Catching my curious glance, Min's eyes narrow. It's not safe this late. I don't care about you. But Karas is the only doctor worth a damn in this place. Are you like this with everyone? The deadpan look Min gives me is answer enough. I catch Karas hiding a slight smile. I suppress a sigh and resign myself to having a grumpy shadow all the way back to the Wet Wick. The route Karas takes is completely different from my slow meandering earlier in the morning. In no time at all, he cuts through darkened streets and twisting alleyways. It seems like half the city has poured into the Amaleris district's colorful streets. Laughter, clinking glasses, and music assaults my ears from every direction. Yet the most noise comes from the Wet Wick. Its doors hang wide open, lanterns lit. Here we are. He moves towards the door, but Min lets out an audible chuff. Don't tell me you're going in. I have some quick business with Leander. Fine. He still owes me for yesterday's work. They drag their feet reluctantly, trailing me into the tavern. Leander, down, vipers! Down! As soon as the door opens, a wave of sticky heat rolls over me. In the hours since I left, the wick has grown suffocatingly crowded. Karas stands out, easily a head taller than most. Even so, I nearly lose sight of him amid the sea of swarming bodies. Pardon me. The crowd parts as though answering his request. No, I will not let you out of jail, you heathens. Wait, Abu, which one do you like the most then? I know Vipers likes Leander a lot. AK obviously is feral for Karas. Damn it, AK! The crowd parts as though answering his request. Karas glances over his shoulder at Min and me before gliding through. Yes! Just like everyone on it. How can anyone breathe in here? Min follows Karas at a clipped pace. Leander is right where I left him, though he's traded places with the bartender. He holds a pair of shot glasses filled to the brim with luminous green liquid. And now for the finishing touch. A flash of magic paints the glass white with froth. You're never gonna guess what's in these. Leander slides the glasses across the bar, and I get my third and fourth shocks of the evening in rapid succession. Oh, Eyes is there too? Our demon bastard? Eyes leans against the bar, an elbow propped up on the counter. He catches the glasses and lifts one to the light before turning it upside down. The contents magically congealed, stay firmly in place. You're supposed to make drinks, pretty boy. Don't tell me you're wasted already. Oh, this asshole. Ver, perched on the bar's counter beside Eyes, takes a single look at the shot glass and shakes his head. What have we here? A bucket full of boogers? Leander's nose treasures? Do not gnaw on the bars, Abu. You will hurt your teeth. We don't have dental. You've eaten worse. Ver's lips twitch and his ears flatten when Eyes offers him a glass. He turns his cheek with a sniff, and Eyes just snickers. Coward. Don't tell me you're actually. In one fluid motion, Eyes throws his head and downs the shot. Drinking that. A dark look crosses Eyes' face. It's chewy. Ew. Chewy. Wait, let me try again. Behind me, Min grumbles. I told you this place was a nest of degenerates. It is, if it isn't Karas and Min. At the sound of Leander's voice, Min's pale eyes grow wider. They look ready to bolt until Karas sets a hand on their shoulder. I promise this will not take long. Min's eyes dart from Karas's face to his hand and softens. Fine, you first. While they step forward, I linger behind, struck by a sudden revelation. All of the people I've met today know each other. Good evening, Leander. Eyes. Another drinking competition, I presume? Oh, is it evening already? Could have sworn it was earlier. Just some friendly rivalry, Doctor. Nothing to be afraid of. I convinced a friend to play this just now. She screamed hentai. Yes! Yes! Excellent choice. Karas acknowledges Leander and Eyes with the slightest nod, ignoring Ver entirely. Not that Ver seems to mind. He tilts his head and an impish smile curves his lips when he spots Min looming silently behind Karas. I almost didn't see you there, Min. Looking for your booster seat? Min pushes back their hood. They level Ver with a cool look. I thought Eyes wasn't allowed to bring his pets in here. Ver's tail gives an angry twitch. Aww, look at that. At the first sign of an impending fight, Leander vaults clear over the counter. He slides between Eyes and Karas. Now, let's try to keep the peace. It's not every day the esteemed doctor takes us up on a drink. His arm snakes around Karas's shoulders. You are finally taking me on that drink, right, Karas? The twinks are fighting, they are. I'm afraid not. We're merely escorting Mishi back to her lodgings. Karas gestures in my direction, and my stomach sinks. I reluctantly step into the light. As soon as he sees me, Leander's face brightens. Mishi, it's been too long. Everyone, this is Mishi. She's new to Iridia. I feel 5 pairs of eyes fix onto me, and suddenly the bar feels suffocatingly small. My voice nearly catches in my throat. We've already met. You've already met? Eyes and Ver level me with subtle, amused expressions. Ver's tail gives a lazy wag. We did. Not that long ago either. I'm starting to suspect she's stalking me. Ah, there's an ad! Chad, there's gonna be an ad! I'm running it now while we can stare at Eyes' beautiful face. All right, 1 second. My bie's coming out in full force, as it should. I want to be squished between Karas and Eyes. I would take Karas, Eyes, and Leander. I'll take all 3. The other 2? Fuck off. Thank you very much. Be gone. Heathens. Oh, I gotta stretch. Hi, honey. Baba. These the men you cheat. I would never cheat on you. I mean, they're not real. Look at them, Baba. Look at them. They, Baba. This one has tentacles. In fact, that's my defense. He has tentacles. I would never. But they like aren't real. Baba, they have tentacles. He has tentacles and he has handlebars. Look, he has handlebars. Baba, please. Baba, please. Baba, please. Baba. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Baba, they're not real.
Get out of here with your fucking
your cheatoingness.
you cheating bitch.
He has
You and your
Ah,
these are unrealistic male standards. Fuck off.
yeah. How am I supposed to compete?
I'm crying. I love you. I'm gonna go now. Bye.
Wait, your little thing says touch starved.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
Uh-huh.
Cause you're missing the context. No, you're missing the context. We're cursed,
Okay.
Bubba. We're cursed.
What the curse?
I said I love you. Say it back.
Oh man.
Bubba,
I love you too.
you sounded so upset saying it that way.
I love you too.
You hesitated. I'm going.
Well.
Bye. We don't need content. We don't look at that. Oh my god. Anyway, back to the game. Yo, fuck this fox. I wish. Okay, here's what I want. Right, Eyes can stay here. Leander can stay here. Karaz needs to replace this bitch in this frame, and then we're good. We're golden. It'd be great, you know. That's all I'm saying. Hi, John Doe. Good morning. How are you? So upset. So upset. I'm starting to suspect she's stalking me. Get the fuck away from me. He looks far too pleased with himself when I roll my eyes. Oh! Pedro, 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 Pedro. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na, dan-dan-dan. Da-na-na-na-na. Crumb around the twins. No. 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 Not crumb on the ending. Hold on. I'm going to gaming. 1 second. You said no, I'm not. Bubba, stop. I am not. I would never. I mean, no. I just put it in gaming general. It's fine. Chris is making me cackle. I think. Oh my goodness. Oh, bye, lols. Hold on. Bye, lols. Okay. Oh my god, hold on. I just noticed something. Chat. Do you see how cinched his waist is? Do you see this? Do you? Oh, wait, hold on. I've just realized something I can do. 1 second. I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna be right. Okay, and then we do that, and then take a screenshot of me, chat. Take a screenshot of me. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Bubba, don't respond. Oh my. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're fine. I should move this before I forget. 1 second. Are you reacting? Are you recreating the vid with the black guys and the white girl? No. It's gonna be me and the monsters. My DMs? Oh, thank you. No, I don't want the 2 at the end. I just want the 3 of us. Not the 3, the 4 of us. Is all I want. You and the Anyway, back to the game. I love you, Baba. Mwah, mwah, smooches. In an instant, all eyes turned to Leander, freeing me from the burden of attention. I still can't believe they know each other. Watching them talk amongst themselves feels surreal. What do you mean no smooches? Baba! Why on smooches? Baba, please. But for the first... Oh, water. Thank you, I guess. Delicious. Disgusting. For the first time since I undertook the journey to Iridia, I feel a faint glimmer of hope. I know I feel I was meant to meet them. Since you're so thirsty, Baba, please. I'm getting so called out from my own boyfriend. I don't know why I keep doing that. The low, pleasant rumble of Leander's laughter pulls me from my restless thoughts. Well, color me surprised. You make friends fast, Mishi. I wouldn't go that far. We're more like acquaintances. A wise man once said that acquaintances are merely friends you haven't shared a drink with yet. A wise man? You said that. Here, last week. I can hear Min's lips curl with distaste from across the bar. Leander clears his throat and continues unperturbed. Let's toast to Mishi's health. Care to join in, Doctor? Karas politely declines with a wave of his hand. How about you, Min? No. Are you? No. A resounding pop pierces the din of the bar. We all turn in the direction of the noise. Ver looks almost bashful as he accepts an overflowing flute from the bartender, poured from a bottle so old its label has been worn blank. They serve champagne here? Since when? Ver pauses in the middle of licking champagne foam from his fingers with a coy smile. They can't drink. I don't know if they can't drink or if they just don't want to. You don't mind, do you? In a transformation as impressive as his magic trick, the concern of Leander's face vanishes. He laughs softly. No, be my guest. I know you've got some expensive taste. Then he shoots the bartender a frantic look. Unbothered or uninterested in his company, Eyes cants his head at me, a light smile on his lips. How about you, Sparrow? I did say I'd buy you a drink earlier. No, my treat. Oh my god, they're fighting over us already. Stop it. I'm just kidding, keep going. Regards Leander over the lip of his glass. In the dim light, the glint in his crimson eyes looks downright dangerous. What'll it be, Mishi? I'll take that drink. As long as it's not one of those green shots. Don't knock them out till you try them. They taste better than they look. Somehow, I doubt that, but I hold my tongue long enough for Leander to go behind the bar. He's lying, isn't he? When I glance at Eyes, he only shrugs. Like I said, they were chewy. Probably poison, too. He considers his own drink, a tumbler of amber-colored whiskey. Leander's tried killing me 12 times by now. It's always a gamble. Ver clicks his tongue in disapproval. When he finally looks my way, it's with a half-lidded gaze softened by his third glass of champagne. Were I you, I wouldn't let Leander put anything in my mouth. What? Excuse me? Ah! Hey, yo! He fans his fingers over his chest, voice dripping with fake reverence. The Wet Wick is one of the finest drinking establishments in all of Iridia. While you're here, you may as well partake in the signature watered-down drinks and stale nut leather. What? What now? He sweeps his hand towards a chipped ceramic bowl filled with spindly... Oh. Never mind. What were you thinking of, chat? Speckled jerky that I can only assume is nut leather. What is the food in the city? As abysmal as you make it sound, this place is pretty packed. It's not all bad. Depending on the day, the food's edible. Eyes takes a measured sip of his drink. Gotta stick around for the real attractions, though. Before I can ask what he means, Leander returns with a tumbler that he sets in front of me. Uneven chunks of ice bob in a pool of reddish-purple alcohol. I eye the drink suspiciously. It better not be another disgusting concoction of Leander's. Relax, it's just the local specialty, plum gin. Although if you're feeling more adventurous, I shake my head. Leander wraps his knuckles against the bar until the group falls silent. Alright everyone, let's toast. May Mishi's stay in Iridia be full of bright adventures and discoveries. Cheers. Leander, Eyes, and Ver raise their glasses in unison. Min only crosses their arms, and Kuros watches with polite indifference. You know what's insane? This is a dating sim, right? That, like, it's insane because if you're playing this and you think about it, you're like, your first day in a new city and you've already bagged 5 hotties. I mean, supposed hotties. I only like 3 of them. That's insane. Like, what? Like, I can't believe it. Leander, Eyes, and Ver raise their glasses in unison. Min only crosses their arms, and Kuros watches with polite indifference. I tip back my drink. The plum gin is eye-wateringly strong. Despite a sharp medicinal edge, it goes down smooth. One sip softens the edge of my vision. The next fades the din of the crowded bar into a low, persistent murmur. I find myself unwinding for what feels like the first time in years. I know we don't care too much about the fox, but like the curves are impressive. I will give him that. Where my hotties? Okay, please. Aren't you the popular one, Mishi? I'm guessing you met Kuros first. It would be more accurate to say that I found her. He saved my life. I merely performed my duty as a doctor. Although I must admit, I was confused when I woke up missing all my clothes. Leander makes a choked noise. Somewhere behind him, Min sighs. It's not what you think. Mishi was in grave condition. I could hardly treat such injuries through tattered clothes. The silence that follows stretches uncomfortably long. I look away, unable to face Kuros's disappointment, and catch Ver snickering behind his hand. That's my cue to change the topic. Kuros isn't the only one who saved me today. Don't you listen? I didn't save you. You're simply there. That's Min for you. Leander reaches for Min, but they duck under his arm with practiced ease, without so much as a look his way. We don't need clothes for what we'll be doing. I mean, true? Go on, queen. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Pop off. As reliable as they are moody. You're one to talk, considering you neglected to warn her to stay off the streets at night. Oh, I might have gotten a little distracted. Min's only response is a short breath. At any rate, I never got a chance to thank you, Min. Don't. The less solace alive, the better. For a heartbeat, Min's eyes flicker towards Eyes and their lips twist. Eyes is too busy nodding along to Ver's enthusiastic pantomime of stabbing to notice, lost no doubt in an enthralling discussion. I've had enough of this hellhole. Let's go. Min and Kuros share a brief look, then the doctor speaks up. Very well, but there's something I must discuss with Leander. If you'll excuse us, Mishi. And just like that, the three of them depart, leaving me alone to savor my gin in silence. Or so I thought until I heard a voice so soft and low it's practically I swear to God, if it's the fox. Ew! Meanwhile, I'm gonna be learning all of Leander's tricks and learning how they're gonna be used in private. Ooh woo. Lost your tour guide? I turned to find crimson and pink eyes trained on me. It's not lost on me that they chose the instant the others left to strike. Just my luck. I had to be abandoned with the two most irritating people I've met all day. Monsters or not, there's no telling what I'll do if either of them push me again. I mean, Vare can fuck off. Eyes can push me into a wall, whatever the fuck works. Sorry, I needed water. Don't tell me Leander already snuck off to get his knob slobbered out back. What? Vipers, your man getting sloppy toppy in the back. He's got business with Karas and Min. 2-on-1 business. Isn't he lucky? I can't tell if it's the champagne or the company, but Vera's grown noticeably more relaxed. He sits with his chin propped on the back of his hand. Who the fuck do I gotta kill? I don't know, man. This fox is telling me that he's getting sloppy toppy in the back. Specifically his knob. His ears twitch whenever a hiccup shakes his shoulders. Why are you so far away? Come join us. He pats the empty bar stool beside Eyes, but I hesitate. The smile Veers wears is sweet and distinctly sly, and with the drinks and mix, I dread how he and Eyes will mess with me next. We don't bite. I'm not sure about that. Just hours ago, he tried to rob me and you threatened me. Me? Steal? Surely you must be mistaken. You sure it was me? Yeah, it was you, and then you had the gall to kick me out just so you could go drinking. He gives another one of his shrugs. I was lonely. A simpler answer than I expected, but I guess I can't fault him for that. That's my sloppy top vipers. Vare suddenly slumps forward, gossamer sleeves pooling where he rests his elbow on his knees. I sets his hand on Vare's waist, narrowly preventing him from tipping off the counter. How about we start fresh, Begin with proper introductions, get off on the right foot and whatnot. I'll start. The name is Vare, hunter extraordinaire. Vare's right hand flutters to his chest and he bows his head, flinching when hair falls into his eyes. Eyes doesn't say anything, so I suppose it's my turn now. It's Mishi. Vare's considered me for a long moment, his tail idly swaying behind him. Then he knocks back the rest of his champagne. It's a pleasure to formally meet you, Mishi. He says my name slowly and deliberately, savoring every syllable. Ugh. A tingle jumps down my spine. I quickly turn my gaze away. I smirks at my reaction over the rim of his glass. Is something funny? No. I open my mouth and close it as quickly. They want me to react, goading me into another ridiculous game. While their sharp cat-like eyes keep me on edge, something about this tension is fun. It must be the gin. A flash of white over Eyes' shoulder catches my eye. Across the bar, Cross heads for the door. I don't see Leander or Min, but it feels wrong to let him leave without saying goodbye. I'll be back. Vare hums and wags his finger at me as I leave. I slip through the crowd, careful not to touch anyone, but just as I'm nearing Karas. Ugh. I stagger, shoulder checked by a man with a neck thicker than my thighs. He stares down at me, nostrils flaring. Out of my way, shit stain. My words spill out on their own. You watch it. Oh, we're gonna get in a fight. I regret them as soon as they leave my mouth. That fucking gin. The roughneck wheels around, shoving a bloodhound out of the way so he can close in on me. What did you say? He shoves me backward, sending me tumbling to the sticky floor. I'm fine, but my heart leaps into my throat when I see the roughneck bearing down on me. You trying to start something here? The roughneck freezes, his fist cocked back. The group of bloodhounds called by the commotion circle him, sizing him up. For what feels like an agonizingly long moment, The roughneck looks from me to the bloodhounds. Finally, he sniffs and spits on the floor next to me, the lob narrowly missing my cheek. Screw it. Too many freaks in the circus tonight. He turns his back on me and comes, oh, eyes! Beat him up, kill him, murder. A dangerous smile spreads across his face. You'll do. What happens next is a blur. Eyes' fist crashes into the roughneck's jaw, causing an eruption of gasps, shouts, and even cheers around us. I scramble to my feet right as the frantic crowd swarms around me, cutting off my line of sight, everything and everyone. Murder him, my Perky! Go on! Through the ruckus, I hear Leander shouting. Hey! Eyes, take it outside! Ignore them, everyone. Look, drinks are on me. With those 4 words, the wick erupts with hoots and hollers. The ring around me disperses as bloodhounds and onlookers rush towards the bar. Through the thinning crowd, I catch glimpses of familiar faces. Eyes vanishes out the back, dragging the roughneck behind him. Kuras lingers near the door, searching, I suspect, for any wounded before he departs. Min draws their hood up tight as they slip out the side door, while Ver leans over the counter to swipe a glass of wine from behind the bar. And Leander, seated at the opposite end of the bar, gestures dramatically and apologetically at the bartender. In the space of a heartbeat, I realize that there's no telling when or if I'll see any of them ever again. Whoever I pursue may be the last person I get to speak to tonight. I follow. Who the fuck do you think I am? Let me save. Just to be safe. Yeah. We're saving real quick. Excuse me as we go to eyes. And then the demo ends. Morbid curiosity draws me after eyes. I slink out the back of the wet wick. The alley's dead silent. Not really what I expected from a fight. A crunch. A dull crunch reaches my ears. Then a thud. I peer around the corner of the building, careful to keep hidden. Dark, glistening red spatters the ground, spidering through the seams of the cobblestone. It guides my eyes to a collapsed body across from me. Once so violent, the roughneck is now little more than a sack of crumpled flesh, blotted with mud. Eyes exhales, his breath misting against the cold air. Blood flecks his knuckles as he looms over the motionless body, his feet on the other side of it. Fear spreads like ice in my bones. Moments ago, he was joking and friendly with the others, but now, Eyes' crimson eyes find me in the dark. Not running, Sparrow? I warily rise to my feet, moonlight illuminating my face. I thought I was out of sight. Got eyes in the back of my head. Eyes steps off the roughneck. My eyes stay locked on the body. It's wet with layers of blood and grime. Completely still. He's alive. Are you sure? Calling me a killer? Or a liar? A liar. Which I guess is both. In that case, he's dead. I squint and he smirks back. Don't believe me. To be honest, it's hard to believe anything coming out of your mouth. I'm a liar after all. His bloodied knuckles catch his attention. He tries to rub them clean, but ends up smearing the blood around more. Keep making bad impressions on you. You want to make a good impression? Why? You care about what we think of you? Icky! I didn't know you cared about my opinion. Just prefer you didn't piss yourself when we talk. Annoyance bubbles in my chest. Well, I'm not pissing myself, even with your bad impression. Like the first time we met, Eyes chips away at my fear, replacing it with irritation instead. I finished the game, kissed Beth, quit my job, and now I'm in debt. Panda! It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. What did you do with the lesbians, Panda? Panda, you might enjoy this game, by the way. I'm just saying. I've never complained about bloodthirsty hot men. Ooh. Eyes kneels beside the roughneck and frisks him. I can't help but wonder if the crime was worth the punishment, but I hold my tongue. Deftly, Eyes' hand searches the roughneck's pockets. It doesn't take him long to find his prize. A cigarette and a matchbox. They're in jail, so I'm redoing the last part. Free them! He strikes a match. Sparks light up his angular features with a golden glow. It's distracting for a moment, but my gaze inevitably drops back to the muddy body. You're just gonna leave him there? Eyes draws a deep breath from the cigarette. He exhales slowly, smoke curling past his lips. I breathe in the sweet spice scent of cloves. As his tension melts away, he looks at me with cool, lidded eyes. Should I give him a blanket? Unbothered by the maybe corpse, he takes a seat on the crate opposite the bar. I stand awkwardly, forgetting why I came out here in the first place. An unpleasant silence stretches between us. Weather's nice. A smoker? Nope. Cold, murky, and humid, he means. I want to believe he's teasing me, but for all I know, this is pleasant for Iridia. Was Princess good company? Who? He takes another long drag. His metal rings catch the light of the cigarette in a flash of red. The soulless who escorted you back. You named it Princess? Jealous? He wants to call us Princess. I return his smile. You have no idea. I think your nickname's more fitting. Sparrow? Not sure where Eyes got it from. Maybe I should tell him to call me my name. But it's kind of nice. Not that I'd ever tell him that. Before I can dissect my feelings, I quickly change the subject to the soulless. She was cute. In a weird way. I glance absentmindedly at my hand, remembering how she nuzzled into my palm at my touch. Eyes' eyes softened for a brief moment. Her tail wouldn't stop going when she got back. The group of them don't get much attention. Think she's cute now, wait till you see her tricks. You taught her tricks? Princess is a smart one. She'll learn anything if you have the right rewards. Sounds about right. The idea of tamed soulless is still so outlandish to me. I was mauled by a mindless, bloodthirsty beast, and he's talking about them like they're pets. But it's possible, all because of the sea spring. I need to get the answers he wouldn't give me before. I carefully take a seat beside him on the crate, contemplating my strategy. He doesn't seem to mind. He closes his eyes, tilts his head against the wall, relaxed. Without the pressure of his intense gaze, I feel myself ease up too, as long as I keep my attention away from the bloody heap across from us. I glance over at Eyes and allow my eyes to linger. A sea glass colored tattoo spirals up his arm, painting over grooves of muscle. Silver jewelry glistens in the moonlight. It draws my eyes to his bare chest. Uwil, rough hands, carved jaw. His ears, his horns, his pupils. Everything about him is sharp, even the fangs that only show when he grins. Not many scars, though. Strange. Save for the one cut through his brow. Eyes is unmarked for how seasoned he acts. What's your verdict? I whip my head in the opposite direction. What verdict? Do we have an option to check his tattoo closely? Asking for me? Yeah, hi, it's me. I'd like to know. Are you impressed or do I need work? My face grows hot. I've seen worse. He responds with a low chuckle, draped in smoke. Keep staring then. My embarrassment spikes. Without thinking, I blurt out a change in topic. The doctor and this guy? Good taste, Shiro. Good taste. Oh, there's an ad. Okay, chat. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad. We're gonna go BRB. I'm gonna go piss, and we'll keep playing the game. Okay? I'll be back in a bit. That way the ads are done with. 1 second. No, I didn't want to go back. I'll be back. Where's the thingy? Oh, BRB. There you go. I'm eating a donut. Hold on, I'm eating a donut. And I'm washing it with coffee. You want a donut? It was it had chocolate frosting and sprinkles. That's my favorite type of donut. You need the sprinkles. It adds to the overall taste. Bye, Abu. Okay. I can't share it. I'm sorry. Boredom eclipses his amusement in an instant, and he closes his eyes again. Of course you do. I thought I made myself clear what you'd be giving up. Before you kicked me out to go drinking, I still need to know more. My turn for a question. It sounds more like an order than anything else. I bristle under his narrowed gaze. Fine. He takes a long pull from his cigarette and lets the smoke trail slowly from his lips. Your curse. What about it? This song and dance is all too familiar. The selfish questions come first. What does it do? Is it painful? Can you control it? I brace myself for the inevitable onslaught. Is the thought of living with it really so unbearable? My dread dies with his words. No one has asked me before. You survived this long, unless you're running out of time. I'd wonder if it's really worth the sacrifice. He flicks the cigarette aside and props his head on blood-smeared knuckles. But what do I know? I'm just an outsider. My fingers fuss with the trim of my cloak. Ordinarily, I'd feel annoyed, but now my chest feels tight. You could have sold me if you were less honest. You're a shit salesman. Thought I was a liar. I changed my mind. We lapse into silence again. This time it's surprisingly nice. The quiet, chilled air is a calming reprieve. You know, you didn't seem like an outsider back at the bar. A lot of people like you. Eyes raise his brow at me. I start by asking about Leander. You and Leander clearly get along well. You like Leander. Doesn't everyone? Helped me a lot since I arrived in Iridia. He even got me a free room at the Wet Wick. His charm has gotten him far, but for a leader, he sure likes it when others take control. Hey, yo! Part of me desperately wants to ask what he means, but eyes continues before I get the chance. Surprised we get along. I thought you'd be at each other's throats instead of drinking buddies. His smile is easy, but there's a dangerous edge to it. Leander's done a good job. For a human. Naturally, there'll come a time when his resolve is tested. Same could be said for everyone, in this plane or the next. Learn how to be a Tom. Take notes, Vipers. Your man needs it. As for my resolve, well, I stick around in Iridia long enough and you'll find out. I nod slowly. I can't decide if it sounds like a promise or a threat. Got any more observations, Sparrow? Karas. I didn't know that you and Karas were friends. In a way. I help him in the clinic sometimes. Doctor doesn't let most people closer than arm's length. And you do? Heart's on my sleeve. Get the sense Karas was like that in the past. Must have been burned. He trails. AK, he's broken, but we can fix him. He trails after the last few words, then shrugs. He opens up in his own way, if he's relaxed enough. I don't know how to even imagine that. You'd be surprised. Even the doctor has an endearing side. I can't decide what's more intriguing. The fact that Karas has an endearing side, or the idea that Eyes has managed to coax him out of him. Tell me if you uncover any of his other secrets. I'd love to know more. I don't need to fix him. I'll love him as he is. Ooh, ooh. Can you tell I'm going in order of, like, my favorites? Maybe Min doesn't necessarily like you, but they definitely pay attention to you. Aiza's reaction takes me off guard. Oh! He growls, pinches the bridge of his nose as exasperated as I've ever seen him. I make enemies as easily as I breathe, Sparrow. Don't bother me. But that dove's got it out for me for no reason. Maybe they're unsettled by the sea spring? It's not about that. Goes without saying they've got some issues. Don't think they understand that you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Honey has left a bad taste in my mouth in the past. It could be the same for him. At least you're capable of a conversation. Do me a favor. Teach the dove some manners. Thought they'd lay off eventually, if I don't bite. Hasn't happened yet. I briefly consider the possibility that Min wants to get bitten. I'm not sure. I'm not about to propose that, though. Clearly nobody else. We don't want to know anything else. No one else. I was surprised to see that you and Ver are close. Blessing and a curse. From what I've gathered, most people think he's, I don't know, an asshole. And water's wet. Oh, shit. I wait for him to elaborate or add his thoughts, but he doesn't. So, what do you like about him? He lets out a quiet laugh, as if amused by my question. A lot of things. You already named one. That he's an asshole? You like that he's an asshole. Temperament matches the drapes. Looks good in blood and better in tears. What? What? What does that even mean? Does he like seeing Ver in blood and tears? What's happening? Does he want us to be covered in blood and tears? I'm scared. I thought he was going to say most people think he's a whore. Because he is. Favorite thing's the tail. Sometimes it frizzes up if you... What? He catches himself, clears his throat. It's hard to not let the disappointment show in my expression. Ver is one of the most honest people you'll meet. Just don't listen to a single thing he says. What does that mean? That sounds like the complete opposite to me. My main point is that, speaking from experience, being an outsider usually means you don't have friends. I don't. I level him with a tired look. Fine, I'll confess I have one friend. Don't say yourself. Orcudius? My skin prickles at the name, hair standing at the end. Who's that? A friend. Lives in my head. It lives in your head. Eyes taps his temple with a finger. Right here. Scared you off yet? That'd be the third bad impression I've made on you today. I'm stunned for a long moment, processing what he just told me. Then I bust into a fit of laughter. You're serious? Eyes grins wide enough to flash his fangs. Deadly. It sounds so fucking absurd, I can't help it. On top of everything I've gone through today, it feels like I'm living a fever dream. I've come close to death more times than I can count, encountered tame, soulless, and a horrifying group mind, and now I'm supposed to believe that there's someone living inside of I's head. There are tears in my eyes by the time I rein myself in. Eyes waits patiently, lips quirked in amusement. Sorry, just sounds so ridiculous. The tension that wound my shoulders so tightly has melted away, and for the first time in a long time, I feel like I can breathe. I feel better. Dukas, where the rat's ass are ya? Raucous, gruff shouts rise in the streets, echoed by the sound of heavy boots sloshing through mud. The voices share the roughneck's accent from the bar, the same roughneck who's still, maybe dead and lying bloodied across from us. I nearly forgot about him. I shove to my feet as their voice gets louder. They're closing in quick. Eyes pulls me by the wrist out of the alley, away from the beaming moonlight. We dive into the nook between the buildings, veiled in the shade of tattered canopies. It's a tight fit. Oh! It's happening! It's happening! It's a tight fit. Hines boxed me in against the wall, his body all but pressed against mine as he towers over me. For the second time today, the heady scent of smoke envelops me, but this time cut with the metallic tinge of someone else's blood. Where are my visual? Where is the heart? Give me the heart. Eyes pitches his voice low. Quiet. My heart leaps into my throat. I'm suddenly acutely aware of the heat radiating off of Eyes' body. The feeling of his leg grazing my thigh. Are you sure that's his leg? What? It's the tentacle. The closeness of his breath. This is bad. I squirm against him and earn a burning crimson glare. Do we really have to? His hand His hand covers my mouth, muffling my whispers. He shakes his head. Don't. Damn, he's over here. Dukas, wake up, you bastard. A group of individuals, all brandishing spiked weapons, fill the alley. Once I get a glimpse of their violet sashes, I instantly know they're not just roughnecks. They're gangsters. Only gangs with a lot of influence could fly colors so openly. I wish I could see what they were doing, but Iz's arm all but blocks my sight. My eyes trail up the teal markings. They coil around his arm, his bicep. They lead up to Iz's collarbone, to the cords hanging around his neck, and to the smuggest smirk I've ever seen. Glare at him. I would love nothing more than to chew him out, but his hand is clamped over my mouth. I fix him with the deadliest glare I can muster. Eyes responds with a wolfish grin, and I realize I've locked myself into an eye contest with him. A thrill jolts through me, my face hot beneath his touch. Damn, I know we're listening to Spotify music, but this, works, oddly enough. I spoke too soon. This can't be happening. Why am I getting worked up in this situation? Voices in the alley grab Iz's attention this time. Shit, he's got more broken ribs than whole ones. What kind of freak did this? Fan out. I'm the cocksucker responsible. You three, take Dukas back to base. At least he's still breathing. The alley clears out as footsteps rush away from us. We stay still until they're distant, melting into the rumble of the corridor. I'll Google weird porn on my own time. Ooh, good job, Vipers. Only then does Ice take his hand off my mouth. When we finally step back into the moonlight, the night air is ice on my skin. I feel dazed and the need to keep my eyes off Ice at all costs. Is that really necessary? The tremble to my voice is nothing but embarrassing. Staying hidden was the best option. It would be a hassle to run into them with you there. What, because I'm dead weight? Because 3 bad impressions are enough for one day. The answer's too vague for my liking, but he's probably right. Either way, I don't have the energy to argue. Come on, Sparrow. Let's get you home before you're framed for murder. Very funny. We reach the front of the wet wick too quickly. I hate to admit it, but I don't want to separate from Eyes yet. And not just because he never answered my questions. He's infuriating. As easily as he makes me feel on edge, he can make me feel safe, secure somehow. You know where to find me. At the creepiest place in the world. Take your time before you decide to drink. I happen to like your shitty attitude. It takes me a moment to process it. Then my eyes flutter down to my feet. I'll keep that in mind. When I glance back up from the ground, Eyes is already down the street, disappearing into the throng of people. No fanfare, not even a wave. Asshole. I choose my fate. Obviously, you gotta go with him. Eyes, the demon renegade, an intimidating yet laid-back outsider. Eyes presides over a sea spring with unnerving powers. He offers you a miracle, but the price means submitting yourself to the horrifying presence at the heart of the spring. Will you gaze into the abyss for answers, even at the risk of losing yourself? Ver, the chained charlatan. Ver serves as a warning of the dangers posed by the cenobium. As cunning as he is curious, Ver finds you fascinating and insists that he can help. But trusting him means trusting your life to a collared beast with a lethal reputation. Can Ver protect you, or are his honeyed words a trap waiting to snap shut? Hi, Tiny! Leander, the heroic mage. Leander offers you something that should be impossible, a taste of normalcy free of your curse. As the first person to withstand your touch, he could change your life. But some things are simply too good to be true. Leander promises to help unravel your curse, but at what cost? Kuras, the repentant angel. He's an angel! From all man, AK went for the angel. I went for the fucking demon. From all appearances, Kuras is a principled doctor of extraordinary skill. But you know little about the man beneath the professional mask, and Kuras keeps even his friends at a cool distance. If you uncover his deepest secrets, will you like what you find? Min, the cursed outsider. Despite their cold nature and familiarity with violence, Min is just as desperate as you to get into the cenobium. You may be able to help each other, but they're keeping as many secrets as you. They claim they're dangerous, but could they be your only chance at getting into the cenobium? Yeah, I'm going with this one. Thank you for playing. For more touchdown. And that's the demo. Chat, check out the website. It's honestly beautiful as fuck. Follow them on Twitter. I don't use Instagram, but follow them there. God, such a good fucking game. Okay. Now, shall we rate it together, chat? Overall, I would rate this game. Not the game, I would rate the demo so far an 8 out of 10. I definitely rate it higher than some of the other demos we've played. The reason why I like this one is because I think the art is fascinating. I think the character creation is really good. You got a nice variety. We got assholes, we got sweethearts, we got good people. I don't know. I think you just get like a nice variety, but they're not too cliche, you know? I think the overall plot and pacing of this demo alone was so nice. Like, sure, it's been 3 hours of us playing this demo. My throat hurts and I'm tired, but I feel like that the pacing was strong compared to other games we've played. What's that one game? Oh shit, what's that one game? There was the one game we played that the pacing killed me. It was like brutally long. Oh, Divine Speaker. I liked Divine Speaker. I felt the pacing was terrible though. It was too long. I get that there's a lot to it, but it just felt like it was dragging. This, you are constantly finding new pieces of the story to unlock, but you're not rushing through it. In my opinion, some visuals need to be shown instead of having text explain them. I agree. Okay, so let's go down to like the nitty gritty. AK says it's an 8. Viper, you say it's an 8, maybe an 8.5. Thank you for the self-care, by the way. I think they definitely need to get voice actors. If possible, in ideal world, if they had all the funding possible, I would love to see this game fully voiced. I think that would be a great part of the story because then it really pulls you into it. Like, you kind of see their personalities with how they describe it in the text, but it's different when you can hear them talking. I think some of the background choices were a little off. I think the tavern was great. The clinic was awesome. That was a great, like, the very first thing you see in the game visually is the landscape of the wasteland. It's dark, it's gloomy, it's desolate. You see the city landscape in the distance, dark, spiky, like kind of like overwhelming almost. And then you lose consciousness and you see the inside and you see a nice clinic. It's clean, it has magical qualities, it's not basic, right? And you're like, wow, you're like, it's really immersive. And then when you go outside, it's like, this doesn't match what I expected. I get it's like the low, I forgot what it was called, like the lowland outside, kind of like the slums, I guess. I feel like it didn't match the vibes of the wasteland surrounding it. the exterior of the town from a distance, it just didn't have the same vibe, and I felt like that was off-putting for me because then like we joke about ruining immersion, but like honestly, that low-key ruined my immersion for me, and I could not get past it. I think they definitely should consider, if they have not already. Again, this is a demo. We don't know what they're going for. I'm just like putting my 2 cents in. Maybe they are doing it. I don't know. It would be nice in the full game release if they have illustrations, right? There was a couple scenes where they were like, oh, here's a poster that says Bloodhounds on it. It has this man in it, and this is what it looks like. It'd be nice if instead of having that town scene, it zoomed in on the wall and it had the actual poster. It could still describe it, you know, but like it'd be nice to visually see it. Or like what was another part? There were a couple other parts with what there was a part. What part was it? Oh, the alleyway scene. I feel like that's a key part to have that sort of illustration. Like I think that'd be kind of nice. Get rid of men and it's a night. Oh my god, Hunter, you hate men so much. Some visuals need to be shown instead of having yeah, I agree. I really wish they reach enough backing to hire voice actors. I agree. I think that'd be nice. For the love of all that is sacred, hire Robbie Damon to voice one of them. Who's Robbie Damon? Give the angel his wings in a deep voice. Do it. Do it. Do you think he'll be like a hot angel, like the quote unquote pretty angel where it's just a halo and wings, or do you think he'll have like extra eyes? I think the extra eyes would be kind of hot, not gonna lie. The pupper, yeah, I would love to see a visualization of the puppy getting head pats. Like that would be cute, you know? There were like also some like weird stuff with the text, like you chose a dialogue option and then you see your character actually saying it, and it's like, well, I feel like we just said it when I chose the option. Why do we need to read it word for word again? Also, I kind of it'd be nice if we could have like some sort of character profile for ourselves. Like we could choose what our character looks like. Like it doesn't even have to be that in depth. It could be like basic stuff, hair color, eye color, skin color. I mean, I guess I don't know how that would work with our hands looking that way. Like would our hands only look that way, or would the rest of our body look that way? Like the cracked glowing parts of it. Having some sort of portrait that shows your character talking instead of having like just the text there. Oh, I love it. I love it actually. When they show a portrait of the character that's talking, or they do something to distinct it, because there's a lot of times where they only show like a change in text dialogue by just putting their names, and it's like, I wish it was different. My favorite all-time VA, nice. Smash either way to BH, but hotter with the extra eyes. Your mouse should be your character. Oh, your mouse should be your character's hand. That'd be cute. Just play Love in Deep Space. Can I actually stream that? Would I be able to stream Love in Deep Space? Would that be like okay on Twitch? Do people do that? They might be working on it. They asked fans to make their OCs. Could be a way of looking for what players added for character customizations. I think that'd be great. Honestly, 8 out of 10. I think it's great. I'm excited. These are just things that came to my mind. Maybe they are already working on that stuff. Maybe they have something else planned. Those are just my hopes for the official game release. Highly recommend it. I don't think I'm gonna do another route. Maybe next week we can do I know we saved, but that's just so much to talking. Is this the end? I don't know. I don't know yet. Maybe we'll just chat, you know? We'll just chat. I would go through the other ones, but there's 5 characters total, and that one talk with him with eyes took a lot. I was like, oh, my throat hurts way too much for that. I can't be yapping that much. So I'm going to save and exit the game. You can? Hold on. love and peep space. Is that on? Is that like I have to download it from a website? I know people stream it. Some of the voiceovers of. What is happening? I want music. I want. What is this? Why? I want to play music. It's okay. I mean, I'm just saying. I think it'd be kind of hot. Why won't you play music? Oh. Oh, they're hollow. Okay, I'm gonna look at this website later. I'm gonna figure out later. Hi, Cherry. Welcome back. What kind of noms you get? Smoked haddock, cheese and leek fish cakes with creamy, cheesy pasta and peas. Oh, that sounds delicious. Can I have some? We can change the music now. We don't need like something dark and dreary. Let's play something a little bit more. Oh, you know what? I like this. I like this girl. I like the vibes in her music. They're nice. Kitty N, if anyone's interested, by the way. Oh, my back. Oh, that sounds so yummy, Cherry. I'm jelly. What should we do now? We've been live for 3.5 hours. Am I exhausted? Yes. Honestly, it was tiring voicing everything, but it went by so quickly. That's not like, it's not bad. I was just like unexpected, you know? If I was in the US around any of my friends, I would always share, yes. Where did the 3 hours go? Like, honestly, it went by so quickly. Oh, my back. Okay, what should we do? Let's see, chat. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow we're playing content warning. I don't know what else we're gonna be. We could play something else. You could. I don't know if I want to do Infinity Nikki. Kind of down to just call it there. Honestly, I'm kind of exhausted. Honk. Thank you for the honk. You can always use BlueStacks to play on PC. I think there's ways to put. Oh really? Oh, Abba please, Abba please. We're trying to play Love in Deep Space. Abu, would you stream Love in Deep Space? Hi, man. I know. I was just gonna be like, man. You have no audio? There you go. Moon and I share times when we have to take our medicine. Who are we rating? What? Why are you retired, Abu? When did that happen? Why are you retiring? Do you think there's anyone playing Touchstar? Do you think anyone's live? Nope, it's just us, and I'm gonna follow this tab. Who have we not rated? Oh, dear. Oh, I rated Stalker so recently though. I feel bad because I like defaulting and rating the same people, but it's like I feel like I should branch out, rate other people. Yeah, I rated Stalker recently. I mean pizza. Yeah, I saw, but I also rated both of them so quickly. We could do... I don't even know how I would look for someone new. Junkyard! My god. I like that y'all are naming like bigger peeps. Fuck. Loki tempted to raid someone playing Split Fiction, but then I don't want spoilers. Because I want to play it with Chris. We still gotta buy it, but I want to play it with him, and I don't want spoilers. Okay, we got options, chat. Do we raid someone playing DBD? Do we raid someone playing the new call? Yeah, I really want to play that with him. Do we do DBD, co-working, or hold on. Part of me kind of wants to read this person. They're just so silly. Who else is live? Oh my god, wait, people are going live just now. Hold on. You vibe with the sit. No, it's silly. It's not even like someone real. You know what? Yeah, okay. Chat, I'm gonna raid out to a wonderful, wonderful stream. I love vibing here. I love vibing here so much. And don't worry about what this channel is. It's awesome. You know what? You guys don't even have to do a fucking raid command. Ignore the raid command. There's no need to raid to do a raid message. I just want to send you guys there. And I want you guys to have fun there. I just want you guys to have fun there. Feel free to follow me on any of the social links. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. I don't know when we'll do the... okay. I don't know when we'll do the rest of the Touch Starve stuff. But, yeah. So, well, don't worry. Don't worry. No raid message needed. It's purely vibes there. You'll get what I mean in an instant. I don't know when we'll do it next, but tomorrow we're going to be playing Content Warning with a group of our friends, so that'll be fun. And then, yeah, that's it. All right, have fun, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. And yeah, goodbye.